At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, woo! With low prices on home, woo! Beauty, woo! And fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. Woo! So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
And now, here's the question.
Hola, bitches. Good day to you and yours. All right. One thing that most people in Western Washington agree on is that traffic sucks. And now sometimes it's because WashDOT just loves to close every on-ramp, exit, major thoroughfare, and bridge at the exact same time. Sometimes it's because multiple major events are going on, and sometimes it's because of a 45-vehicle crash. That was the case yesterday afternoon. Multiple collisions on I-5 backed up traffic about 5 miles for several hours before things finally got sorted out. Then, for good measure, a landslide in Bellingham closed the northbound lanes of I-5 for about 10 hours. And as much as I hate traffic, I would rather spend 10 hours stuck on I-5 than spend 6 days lost in the Australian wilderness. That's what happened to a photographer recently. She basically survived, but by the time rescuers found her, she had suffered dehydration, exposure, a rolled ankle, and of course, because it's Australia, she'd also been bitten by a snake. Now, her situation, sadly, better than a local musician. He was lost in a Washington State park for a month. Yeah, no food, no phone service, and barely any clothes, but he did survive, but again, barely. And that happened back in August, but he's only recently started sharing his story, which is one of the many stories that we've come across, left us with many questions. Questions we'd like to ask you in the form of our random question, and this is how it works. You call us, we ask you a question at complete random. And after you share your story, we will share with you the news story that inspired said question.
To be a part of the big show, the random question, call 206-803-ROCK. Like the Men's Room on Facebook, follow us on Twitter and Instagram at Men's Room Live, and send your emails to the Men's Room at KISW.com.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9. KISW.
Oh, but y'all, away we go. Welcome to season 19, episode number 4,207. What a large and in charge program we have for you today. Guaranteed future repeat. The exciting return of Your Guess Is As Good As Mine. Our categories today. What is something scary that you might encounter in your home? That would be rats.
My wife.
Oh, yes. Well, and then there's rats. We have the U.S. cities that rats love the most. The tried and trues of the rat world.
That they love the most.
Number one has been number one, I believe, for 3 years or 10 years straight.
Then I know that one.
So some of the older cities, so to speak, they have rat infestation problems, but some of the up-and-coming newer cities, they have that problem as well. So
right.
Your job to pick the 10 rattiest cities in the United States. Or, as we approach Halloween, we have the 10 best candy bars of all times.
Right.
Now, we've done the list of the most popular top 10 candies, as that is constantly updated. We have the most recent rankings that we've shared with you over the past week. This is straight candy bars.
Okay, so
there's no
Skittles, no gummies,
none of that stuff. None of the Swedish fish. It's all candy bars all the time. So those are your categories with Your Guess Is As Good As Mine. What else do we have? Oh, Saturday. Hopefully you can stop by the Black Raven Woodinville Brewery. Join us for Ola Day's Porter Party going down from 4 until 8. It is absolutely free. Yes, we will have the Oladay's brand new porter there as well on draft, as it is on draft in limited release in the area. You want to guarantee you try this? Join us on Saturday.
Yep.
From 4 until 8, again, that is absolutely free at the Black Raven facility in Woodinville. They have 2. So make sure you show up in Woodinville from 4 until 8 on Saturday. We're going to hang out and
drink beer.
Try as many different beers as possible.
Maybe that should be the goal. I'll start with the porter and then just work my way through the rest of the catalog.
It's an adventure.
Yeah.
It really is.
Man, last time we were up there, a listener came up and he said, hey, man, I really want to buy you a men's room IPA. And I was like, nah, now I've already had 2. It's time for me to try some of these other beers.
Yeah.
So that's basically what I did. I said, like I appreciate it, man, but I'll buy you a beer. And then if you want the men's room IPA, drink it all. But
how many beers did you go through?
I went through the original Pilsner. I went through the Lime. I had a Trickster IPA. I had a men's room IPA. I had 2 of those.
Okay.
And I think those were the ones that I tried.
Yeah.
Because I know I went for the Lime when Pilsner, maybe 2 or 3. So
I know you're big on the Lime.
Yep.
And usually I'm not a big, hey, there's fruit in my beer, but that one, that's exceptional.
Yeah,
it really is.
It's fantastic. And as far as the new Men's Room Oladay's Porter, it is have notes of Grandma's world-famous rum balls.
Mm-hmm.
You have chocolate, vanilla, orange peel, and holiday spices. And, of course, as always, a net portion of the proceeds benefit our friends at the 3 local Fisher Houses, helping veterans and service members in need. So stop by, do some good for us, and it's free from 4 until 8 on Saturday. So we're looking forward to seeing you guys up there. Let's see here. Today's the day we do our random question. Question 206-803-ROCK.
Random.
Hello, Mariah. Welcome to the men's room.
Hi.
Hola, Mariah.
Man, you don't meet a lot of Mariahs. Like, there's Mariah Carey, and through the rest of my life, I don't know that I've ever personally known a Mariah.
There was a Mariah in my high school, I'm pretty sure.
You had a Mariah?
Yeah.
We used to work
There was
with
like
one. Miranda.
We had a Miranda.
But not a Mariah.
But that's not Mariah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're right. I don't know that I've ever met a Mariah in person.
And I know the one you'd like to meet in person.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, Mariah, let's go with this one. What would you say is your favorite go-to chain restaurant or fast food restaurant? Whether it's fast casual or like an Olive Garden type place. What's your favorite?
Okay. Well, I am going to have to. So I'm vegan. So my favorite fast food is definitely Veggie Grill.
All right. Well, I mean, that makes sense.
That does make sense.
How long have you been vegan?
Since April of 2015.
Okay, so before April of 2015.
Almost 10 years.
If we're going to take you out, and like you said, going to a chain restaurant, what would you have picked pre-vegan?
Probably just like a Big Mac or something from McDonald's.
Okay.
Yeah, nothing wrong with that.
Have you, Mariah, in 10 years, have you ever, just
slipped up, gone to the dark side?
I got to have a bite of that brisket or whatever it was that drew you in where you're like, man, a hot dog sounds really good, right? Is there anything where you just one time, 4th of July, whatever pepperoni on pizza, is anything ever broken you?
Nah, I'm pretty hardcore vegan.
All right. Now, let me ask you, how has this changed as far as your overall health, your weight, the way you feel? Has it improved your life?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, definitely feel better. Definitely feel healthier. I don't do it for health reasons, but I can definitely tell that it has definitely improved how I feel.
Does it make your fart smell worse? One thing that I've noticed, I don't know this with vegans, but certainly with vegetarians, man, when they blowing out, this is a different world we're in now.
Okay, let me just tell you, I have a coworker who is not vegan, but he claims that when he eats tofu, I think is what he said, he has rancid farts. His name is Tristan.
Are you doing this because of animal cruelty? Is that your reasoning?
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah.
I got you. Okay. I cannot imagine, and I know this, Mariah, no offense. What do you get at the Veggie Grill?
Oh, a burger. Yeah.
Okay, you get a veggie burger. All right.
And is it like black beans or something like that?
Yeah.
Okay.
Now, does this make it difficult to go out for? Say, I'm going to ask you out on a date, right? So, and we're trying to figure out where to go. If it's not Veggie Grill, what would be picks 2 or 3?
Araya's place, the Thai place, and I'm drawing a blank.
Okay, well, as far as being vegan goes, right? So
You
veggie
go get a
grill
cheese pizza
is
with
obvious,
veggies on
right?
it.
But it's got cheese.
Oh,
Right,
so you
so
can
vegan.
eat. Oh man, that's right.
So
Jeez,
once you brought up time, starting to think, does Asian cuisine lean a lot more toward what you can eat without having to make too many substitutions?
Yeah, I think so. And listen, y'all, I gotta enlighten you. We got vegan cheese, so I can get vegan cheese on a pizza.
Does it melt normal or no?
Some of it does. Some are better than others.
Okay.
All right.
So what would I find in your fridge? I break into your house. You're not home, and I'm going to steal your TV and all the good stuff. But now I'm looking in your fridge because, being a thief, it definitely gets my appetite up. I open the fridge. What am I looking at?
Oh gosh, I would say in our freezer we stay stocked with the frozen, like the Gardein meatballs and nuggets. I have 2 kids, so I have a lot of food that is catered to them.
Are they vegan as well?
Yeah.
By choice or by mom?
It was by mom, but my older boy, my 7-year-old, he does it by choice.
Okay.
Right.
Now, do they ever slip up? Because look,
Yeah, come home from a sleepover. Now they got the runs.
that's the whole thing, right? You do a sleepover. Like the first time my kid had a Coca-Cola, it was not on my watch. I know it's inevitable, but it wasn't me. So your kid comes over, we do a sleepover. We're going to hook up our standard chicken nuggets, or we're going to order pizza, whatever you have to do to shut all the kids up. But do you think your kid would be in on it, or do you think he would make a request like, hey, I brought some of my own nuggets or something like that?
He will. He's very, he always asks before he eats something from anyone on his own. Is it vegan? I'm vegan. So,
Okay, good for him, man.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah.
That's awesome.
My kids won't do that.
The reason
Miles, I
I
feel like that question's 3-tiered.
How so?
Well, you have a favorite fast food. I would have a favorite fast casual, and then chain restaurant.
Sure.
I just can't imagine going and even if I go to Olive Garden or whatever, just getting a salad. That's it.
Right.
Or just, maybe Thai food. I could get grilled vegetable,
Well, once you brought up
fried
Thai,
rice.
it makes a lot of sense because it's rice.
Maybe.
Well, there's a lot of meat. I know they do a lot of meat substitutions, but typically at the point that I have to eat tofu, which I've never had to, but if I had to, I would find probably Asian cuisine to be the best because whatever sauces and spices they use tends to kill the taste of anything.
Keep in mind that veganism is not just getting rid of meat; it's getting rid of all kind of animal product. That's why they don't do the cheese.
Eggs,
And
right.
the problem with going to Asian restaurants when it comes to trying to be vegan is that yes, they have tofu, but that's still kind of a main dish, so it's still cooked in beef fat and stuff like that.
Oh,
Right. It's just another dish that they have on.
Your wife was vegan for a while.
Yeah,
right?
for the first few years that we were dating, she was vegan, and it sucked going out because not just for me, but also for her because Miles, like I said, you go to Olive Garden, and you get the salad, but also you need to check and make sure that the dressing doesn't have any dairy in it.
Yep.
And also when your only option is a salad, you're right. You wouldn't go to Olive Garden and just get a salad. Now
I
imagine
wouldn't want to go out. I'd make my own salad at
that's
home. There's
exactly
no
what ends
point
up
in
happening.
going out.
Right.
You end up cooking all the time. You don't go out. You
But,
can't go out
okay,
because you're bored to
here you
death
go.
of going
I
out.
can't get 2 eggs for breakfast. I cannot get bacon. I cannot get ham. I cannot get sausage.
Hash browns.
Honestly,
Could you do hash browns?
Hash browns I can
Yes.
do, right?
I'm trying to think.
But keep in mind, you can't cook them in butter or anything like that. But hash browns,
You
hash
can't put
browns are
butter. You
good.
can't put butter on it.
I mean, you could eat oatmeal.
You could eat oatmeal, but then don't you normally
Thanks,
add
Ted.
milk to oatmeal? But I guess you could add,
and to do water.
Just do water with it, or you can do milk substitutes. You could do like an almond milk or something like
Oat
that.
milk, whatever
And
it
there
is.
are all kinds of substitutes to help these things out. She mentioned the vegan cheese, which is the worst cheese on the planet. But
not cheese.
it's not cheese. It's
Dude,
so
I feel
awful,
the same
dude.
way. I
Diet
have
doesn't
plenty of-
figure that out.
Plenty of friends that are vegan or vegetarian.
Yeah.
Some of the stuff's good, especially vegetarian stuff.
You
But
bet.
Vegetarians,
Tempa sucks.
I feel like vegetarians you can work with easier. I'm saying this back in my days of cooking, right? So it didn't matter what restaurant I worked in. Every fifth person is a vegetarian. Not a problem, man, because we can still whip something up for you because we have those ingredients.
Right.
And you're not going to object to butter or eggs, so you can make them a decent meal. I wouldn't eat it because I don't like. But once you say vegan, it's kind of like, look, this isn't a problem. I just don't know that we can help you.
Waffle pancake batter, any of that stuff
correct.
requires butter.
I found Mexican food was the best. Because Mexican food just naturally is actually vegan, but you don't consider it to be vegan. Their rice, their beans,
there's
you
no
get
meat
like
or
the corn
cheese.
tortillas and whatnot.
You're right. But a lot of times the cheese, to me, like The cheese to me, like a lot of times, that kind of makes the whole thing complete.
Sure.
If you know what I mean.
It would be better with cheese.
yeah.
Well,
Yes.
refried beans are the best, and that's got lard in it. So you have to eat black
true enough.
beans or whatever.
Yeah. But I think overall, Mexican restaurants is your best bet, whatever your diet is.
Yeah,
You know,
what I mean?
as far as health.
Yeah, like if you're cutting down on carbs, like get fajitas. You know what I mean? I just feel like Mexican food, for whatever reason, there's something for everybody.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
Even vegans.
What is your favorite fast food restaurant? Because you said it's 3-tiered.
I mean, honestly, if I'm my favorite, like I like Jack in a Box once in a while, but it's probably Taco Bell.
Taco Bell. And that includes breakfast? Because they do have a breakfast.
I've never had their breakfast.
It looks pretty good.
All right, what about just standard chain, fast casual, like the Red Robins of the world or something?
I mean, Robin's strong. They don't have them here, but I'd take a Chili's.
Yeah, Chili's are like TGI Fried, anything that kind of had a, you know what?
Cheesecake Factory.
I was going to say Cheesecake Factory.
just because of all the
has
options.
everything.
Now that's my sit-down place. I think McDonald's, just based on the breakfast, I have to take that.
You're right.
Because the breakfast there, in my mind, is superior.
If I'm going to get breakfast, it should be McDonald's.
Okay.
The reason we asked what's your favorite go-to or chain restaurant, TGI Fridays just shuttered a dozen more locations. I don't believe that we have too many TGI Fridays, if any, here in Washington State.
There's none in Washington State.
There is not.
There was a couple. There was one in Kirkland, and then I think Fridays took back their thing, because Fridays, like the great thing about a chain restaurant, don't forget, is that wherever you go,
it's consistent.
The menu's the same. So some of the rumor mill I heard was that a couple of them in Washington State were adding stuff to the menu.
Right.
Finally, they're like, all right, you're just not a Fridays. You can be any restaurant you want.
Actually, in all honesty, I think TGI Fridays has some of the better frozen food selections.
Oh, at the grocery store, yeah.
Out of a lot of the grocery store, available foods, whether that's like a California Pizza Kitchen pizza or
right.
That's they seem to do the best. 50 restaurants just closed down over the past week. So at the beginning of 2024, there were 270. So that's down to about 200 as of this article being printed. Then we have news that the McDonald's Quarter Pounder is back on the menu. The beef patties have been rolled out as the source of the E. coli outbreak. Therefore, I guess they just changed where they got the onions from, and apparently did it in a hurry. As they say, the Quarter Pounder is back on the menu.
And apparently Red Lobster's making a comeback. I'm watching football yesterday, and a commercial came on for Red Lobster. They've kind of changed their approach to how they advertise, but I'm like, I will be damned.
Well,
okay, because I thought they were going away.
You know what the first thing he did was? He came in and he goes like, we got to quit giving away the shrimp.
Yeah.
He's like, no more all-you-can-eat shrimp. That is killing us.
Well, that's their sales
That is
pitch now.
killing us.
It's not all you can eat, but it was like for $20 or something, you have your choice of 3 different kinds of shrimp. So it's not all you can eat. Right. But
Random.
Still got it for you. Hello, Raymond. Welcome to the men's room.
Marijuana Madam.
Hola.
Raymond, welcome to the program. Ran a question. Might as well just get this over with. I guess we're in the food category. What is your favorite kind of cheese, Raymond?
Oh, sharp cheddar is.
All right. All
Yeah,
right.
can't go wrong with that.
Do you have a specific brand? Do you like Beecher's, Tillamook? Where do you go?
Tillamook.
Okay. Tried and true.
I love Tillamook.
You cannot go wrong with that cheese.
Tillamook's delicious.
Yeah. You got to see the size of that factory, man.
Mm-hmm.
It is
It's
huge. It is,
And I know
huge.
a lot of people don't like buying pre-shredded cheese. That farm-style shredded cheese is awesome.
You mean the thicker kind?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's good stuff.
I like to buy a bag for one dish and then just munch on it at night.
Yeah, I'm not a big pre-shredded
eat the
cheese guy.
cheese
No,
but-
I mean, that's not why I buy it, but that's what ends up happening.
Okay.
Like,
All right.
I'll make the dish Sunday, and then Monday I'll get home from work and be like, we're out to have a couple shreds.
Yeah.
Yep.
And before you know it, like Thrill says,
Have the
that's-
cheese bags on.
yeah, it's one of those, like, door-open fridge foods that you eat.
Yeah, it's like stuff like shredded cheese to me. It's like you buy this to eat while you have the fridge open, figuring out what you want to eat.
Yeah.
If I have
there's like a
provolone
random-
at home, it's like I'm going to eat 2 slices of provolone while I stare at everything else in the fridge to figure out what I want to eat to supplement my provolone intake.
I'm a big man. I love pasta, so I think Parmesan cheese. If I had to get, if it was one cheese and it was only one cheese, I'm going to pick Parmesan.
It's just a lack of versatility. I like Parmesan, but it's like, look, it
I know
serves
what
like
it's
one
for.
purpose.
I know what it's for, but it's that important to me. It's that important to me to put on pizza, and it's that important to me to put on pasta.
Would you rather give up
cheese
the
burger.
mozzarella
Yes.
on your pizza than the Parmesan. So like tomato sauce. Because you say you put it on your pizza. You're right. I do too, but I really appreciate the mozzarella being there. In other words, I would be more pissed if we didn't have mozzarella to put on the pizza than I would be if we didn't have Parmesan.
See, the Chef Boyardee pizzas back in the day just had the Parmesan.
I know, just had the Parmesan.
And it was not good. It was not good at all.
I don't know that it
Those
was
pizzas
Parmesan.
absolutely sucked. But as a kid, it was an awesome day in your life.
Reese, we asked your favorite kind of cheese. Thieves with a nose for fine cheese have pulled off a massive cheddar ripoff in London. Neil's Yard Dairy said a con artist posed as a wholesale distributor for a major French retailer. They made off with 48,488 pounds of award-winning cheddar worth $390,000 before the company realized it had been scammed and reported the theft. The monetary value of these cheeses likely makes them a particular target for the thieves. Detectives at Scotland Yard, they got on this cheese case.
What is it about this cheese?
Well, international authorities are searching for the culprits. So once you go overseas,
I feel like cheese has been there's been a couple of different cheese heists in the last year, and it's making international news.
Nearly 1,000 wheels of cloth-wrapped cheese from 3 makers have gone missing. The Hofford Welsh Organic Cheddar, the Westcombe Cheddar, and the Pitchfork Cheddar. Neil's Yard Dairy has asked international cheesemongers to be on the lookout for the stolen cheese.
How would you know?
It says it has paid all 3 cheesemakers in full, keeping with its ethos of supporting small independent businesses developing the British cheese sector. But either way, they believe that the thieves were either from Russia or China, I believe, is where they think the cheese ended up.
And if you're a cheesemonger, you would know, Thrill.
Okay.
That cheese comes across your counter. You're like, this is stolen, man.
Where'd you get this from?
What fries inside melted. It's so hot.
Monger means what? Salesperson?
Yeah.
I got a cheese store.
It's kind of, I don't know why certain foods, like wine, you're a
sommelier.
Well, I gotta meet, you're a butcher.
Cheese, you're a cheesemonger. Right.
Yeah. So but it makes it sound like the person just is addicted to cheese and can't stop.
I know.
Yeah. So the dude behind the counter at the QFC, at the Fred
Murray's?
Wherever, the guy who's handing out the sample, he's a cheesemonger.
Maybe a cheesemonger.
Yes. You can hear it. I love Murray's, man. That's where I get my fancy cheeses.
If you ask somebody what they do for a living, they say you're a cheesemonger.
Yeah, they go, okay, this dude knows his cheese.
I work at Fred Meyer, but I am a cheese.
I'm the cheesemonger.
I'm a cheesemonger.
By the way, text came in and says, damn, y'all, I felt the judgment on Ted's shredded cheese snack through the radio. Eat that cheese, Ted.
Yeah. More than a question on the way, 206-803-ROCK.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the difficulty out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our compassionate therapists specialize in helping you navigate stress, anxiety, ADHD, OCD, and so much more. With both in-person and telehealth appointments available, you can get the support you need in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group also accepts most insurance plans, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Mindful mental health providers offer services for children, teens, adults, and seniors seeking individual, family, or couples therapy. Whatever you need, we're here for you. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com or call 562-MINDFUL to get started today.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spiced whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the Men's Room with Miles and Thrill.
We're going to do the old Monday special there and reset the phone line. So if you're on hold, 206-803, rocking a random question.
We got a couple of texts here that I'll read to you. So we were talking about cheesemongers, right? Mm-hmm. So if you're into wine, you're a sommelier. If you're cheese, you're a cheesemonger. So somebody here said, isn't Uli a sausage monger? And I said, no, man, he's just a butcher. And I said, look, I know Uli's a butcher, but isn't he also a sausage monger? He trained to make sausage as a sausage apprentice and now is a master sausage maker, a.k.a. sausage monger. I don't know. See, when you put it like that, I don't know.
He is definitely some sort of, he's certified in like whatever he had to do for 10 years.
Yeah, I mean, it's a huge certification process.
In Germany.
Right.
So that's their process. And so whatever that, he's like a doctor. There's no higher level that you can accomplish than where he is on that scale of sausage making.
But would that make you a sausage monger? So like
I feel like monger is really only used with fish and cheese.
You're right, fish. Yeah, fishmongers as well.
Now what do?
They catch and throw fish and then sell it to you at the market.
Okay. Yeah, so those would be fishmongers at the market. You know, next time we see Uli, I'm going to ask him, look, man, we know you're a butcher. We figured that out. Are you also a sausage monger, or are you just a meat monger in general?
I mean, if I see, I don't know, Betty at the cheese thing, do I go, Mrs. Monger, I'm looking for a very light cheddar?
Her last name isn't Monger.
I know, but, you know.
But a lot of times I'll say
like
doctor.
You know, doctor, what's wrong with me?
Right.
Like,
just you wouldn't say Mrs. Doctor.
Okay.
So just be like, hey, Monger.
Monger. All right, I'm looking for a...
That just sounds bad.
That's what I'm saying.
I mean, it really does.
Hey, Monger.
I like to just stand there and look confused. And they go, do you need help? Actually, I do.
That's all you got to do. Look like you're not quite sure, and they immediately come to you.
Plus, I feel like, again, I shop at QFC. I like the Murray shop in there. But I feel like also the Murray's people are always pumped that you want to talk cheese.
Cheese people get real excited to talk cheese, right? I feel like butchers don't necessarily get excited to talk meat. But cheese people definitely cheese. And I think maybe for the butcher, it's like, look, man, if it's lamb, they're like, well, it's lamb. This is how we cut it. You know what lamb is. There's nothing for us to explain to you. You know you like lamb? This is what it is, right? Lamb is lamb, beef's beef, pork's pork. But right, the cheese people, man, I mean, if there's any variation, like, what exactly does blank cheddar mean? Well, I'm glad you asked. Well, this kind of cheddar's processed. Yeah. I mean, it becomes a full-on thing. You're right. Cheese people real excited to share their cheese knowledge.
Is also not necessarily going to go bad as it's packaged. So with a butcher, you have to kind of determine when you're cutting things and doing things. That's a shorter shelf life.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's more of a math game. It's kind of like a barbecue place. You know, like they will serve barbecue until they run out. And after that, they are out of barbecue.
That's what I like about Old Bar. That's literally how it works. When we're out, we're out.
We're out. That's what we made, because if we make more, they potentially could go to waste. Same thing holds true with the butcher. You know, you cut X amount of steaks. You pre-package X amount of steaks. You do all those things, hoping that, you know a Tuesday is going to be different than a Saturday.
Sure. Different color stickers.
So it seems to me, you know what I mean? Like that would be the hardest part of that game, is just not having waste. It's not that you don't want to be in that eat right now little section of the meat thing where like, it's a cheap steak, but you fry that thing as soon as you walk in the door, because it's got a rainbow
But why are cheese people, and my wife and I, it's like 3 months ago, we went to, I can't remember the name. It used to be called Central Market, a little bit north of here.
Oh, like in Edmonds?
Market something. I don't remember. Anyway, we went there, and they got the butcher counter. Great people. They'll have you try different samples of their cured stuff. Like, hey, man, try this out. It's pretty good. We're like, all right, cool. The fish people, more than happy to help you with the fish. But when we got to this cheese place, the woman behind the counter, all right, all we did was show up. We said we wanted half a pound of blank. I don't remember what it was. Hey, have you tried this something prairie, whatever? So I never had it in my life. Instantly cuts us off a couple of pieces. We're like, that is really good. She's like, well, if you like that, have you tried so-and-so? By the time we were done talking to her, like, we're both just full of cheese.
Yeah.
Like, you're not even hungry anymore. I mean, but they want you
They're always
to try
willing
everything.
to cut you off some.
Always.
Yeah, they cut the cheese. Sometimes you got to go, no, I've never tried this one.
Even though you have.
Could you cut this cheese?
Yeah.
But I asked first. I don't just steal them like grapes.
I bet you would.
I would.
Hello, Danny. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola.
Danny, welcome to the program. And a random question. Danny, we're going to go with this one. What would you say is the worst thing that has happened to you in a bathroom? What is the worst thing that's happened to you in a bathroom?
Man, probably nothing too, I don't know, maybe my junk actually touched the toilet seat or something in a public bathroom.
That's bad. Because you remember it. That's like something bouncing off your lip that you didn't expect.
You never had the ultimate dilemma where it's coming out both ends?
You know, if I have, it's been like somewhere where the tub's next to the toilet, you know, and it's not that bad. I mean, I'd rather have that than get my gee on some nasty public toilet seat and then have be trying to wash my junk off in the sink.
Before anyone walks in. That's a bad look.
Yeah, that is. And then you got it under the hand dryer. Yeah, that's...
Actually, I just read that's when you go to a public bathroom, right? So the seat, the reason it's the U shape is specifically for the sanitary part of it.
All right.
Oh, so you don't...
I just read this like last
okay,
week. So
we asked that question.
I mean, why is it there? And they said, look, it's just for sanitary reasons. And I realized, especially with dudes, because we dribble a lot. We all know this, right? There's always the dribble. So they realized, like, look, make it a U shape. The dribble will hit the porcelain instead of the actual seat that you're sitting on, and it's slightly more sanitary.
I think more so than me, I did pass out on the toilet and did crash into my sink and then had to go to the ER in an ambulance. That was a bad situation. But in my life, I think having to clean up what other people have done in the bathroom has been a worse scenario for me, other than I was not the root cause of the problem, but I was there to have to clean up the ramifications of someone else's nastiness.
That's what so my first actual legally paying job, dishwasher at Chi-Chi's, all right? And so you don't really realize it at the time. You're like, I'm here to wash dishes. That is the pots and pans and the utensils that the cooks use, as well as the plates and utensils that the customers use. And then you find out, oh, you're also the de facto bathroom cleaner, all right? And it's not like they come to you at the end of the night and say, hey, remember to clean the bathroom. That's one statement. It's in the middle of a rush. You understand that everyone's busy, and the manager comes in and says, hey, man, we need you to clean the bathroom. Yeah. You already know why. That means something terrible has happened. And sadly, the thing you hope to find when you walk in there is blood or vomit. You hope it is that. When it's a poop incident, you're just like, I do not get paid enough for this. I really don't.
Raise me ask, what's the worst thing that's happened to you in the bathroom? Courtney Ingram had been experiencing extreme bloating and constipation for 8 months.
Damn.
Only being able to empty her bowels once every 3 weeks. The 21-year-old said she was taking laxatives daily, had tried increasing her fiber intake. She was drinking black coffee, but nothing worked. Shocking images show her stomach so swollen from not going to the bathroom, she looked heavily pregnant. Courtney said after she heard a pop, she noticed she was bleeding, and after going to take a photo of the area, realized that her insides had fallen out of her body.
Oh, my God. Through her butt?
Jesus.
Yes, a rectal prolapse, when there is insufficient support of the rectum, and this results in the rectum dropping outside of the back passage. Now, so far, she has undergone 2 operations to try and help her discomfort, but neither have been given her any relief so far. She is now awaiting a specialist, and she is now bravely sharing her experience to encourage anyone who might be experiencing changes in their bowel movements to go to the doctor immediately, as she believes leaving the issue untreated for so months exasperated the problem.
8 months.
I had really severe constipation for 8 months. I didn't think anything about it. I was just taking over-the-counter laxatives and pain relief. It's been difficult. Prior to the 8 months, I was someone who would regularly go to the bathroom. It could have been up to 3 times a day. Then I noticed some bloating, and I was concerned, and then thought my bowel habits had changed massively. I was maybe going to the bathroom once every 3 weeks. It was really, really difficult, and the stomach cramps were out of this world, and the pain was incredibly hard to manage. I was calling into work sick all the time. One day, it could be fine. Next minute, I would be really, really doing awful with it. Every day, I was using regular doses of Laxito, because that's what we give our patients, and they're meant to really help. But I stopped taking them for a little while because it didn't feel like they were working. I was doing natural remedies, coffee, juice, eating fiber. Either way, she began to feel nauseous and sick. I tried to watch YouTube videos with things like putting your legs up, elevating your legs, rubbing your tummy, all these different things. I could feel something there, but it just wasn't coming out. So basically, she went to a hospital where doctors tried to give her a suppository, but she was in so much pain. The following day, doctors examined her again under a general anesthesia and were able to correct the prolapse that she had and evaluate her bowels.
God.
So hopefully she's back on the normal train, so to speak.
Basically pooped her bowels out.
Her insides came out. That is correct.
As far as the question, worst thing that happened in the bathroom, we might be able to all relate to this one. It says taking a huge dump in a porta-john and blue water splashing back up and touching sphincter.
Yeah.
That's a real weird...
Any splashback is brutal.
Well, look, that means it's a little bit cleaner than the ones where you're making that Krakatoa mountain in the middle.
Right. If you can't even splash it, that is full...
Those are the ones where you're going to go, oh, God.
That is... God.
I'd almost rather have the splash than help form that volcano of crap.
And someone there says, the dude peed on my foot while using the urinal next to me.
Ew.
Yeah, and because there's all that splashback, man. And look, I've done it here. I've done it at sporting events because you're just wearing shorts. You're not thinking about it. You've been drinking beer. You wait to go to the bathroom. And basically, you're power washing this thing, and you can feel the mist of your own pee touching your knees.
There's somebody in here who weekly misses the urinal. There's a puddle of urine underneath the tallest urinal in a men's bathroom here on our floor. I don't know how they do it.
You realize
it's
the
amazing
size of a urinal and the size of your pee stream, you should not miss.
Look down and see where it's going. Make sure it's going in the right direction, and if not, adjust accordingly quickly.
Like what most people do.
Yes.
Yeah, I don't know why that one just
I don't sweat it, man. I'm a short urinal guy.
Yeah.
Are you a short urinal guy?
I either use the short urinal or I'll use a stall. But the tall one is it's just too tall. I splash back on myself.
That's the problem I have with the shorter one. Just it goes down so far, I'm like, I'm peeing on my shoes. Basically, that is what's happening.
So I'm like, I know I'm innocent in this one.
Hello, Taylor. Welcome to the men's room.
Hey, what's up, guys?
Taylor, welcome to the program. And
I got 2 things real quick. Sorry. The peeing at the urinal thing.
Yeah.
I had a guy one night, he accidentally, while I was next to him, he peed on my foot. And he said immediately, dude, I'm sorry. If you want to pee on my foot, you can.
But no.
We'll just call it good.
You know what? Game on. Even Steven.
Yeah.
It was awesome. It was a great moment. And also, sup, Ted?
What's going on, man?
Okay, Tyler.
By the way, just real quick.
I kind of like that, though. Sorry about that. You go ahead and pee on me.
Someone on the text line says, when the poop water splashes back and ends up hitting your junk or the bottom of your ass, that's called the kiss of Poseidon.
Oh, all right.
That's a new one.
I'll put a fancy name on a terrible thing, huh?
Yeah, it's what we do.
All right, Taylor.
It's good luck when the bird poops on you.
Whether rational or irrational, what would you say is one of your biggest fears? I always talk about the fact that I don't want to go swimming in the ocean.
Mine is being chased.
Is that because you're slow?
And his phone okay. So, sorry, your phone just cut out. So your fear is being chased. Being chased by what? Like another human?
Yeah, or anything. My wife took me to a haunted house, corn maze, and she went ahead of me because, you got to have a shield. And she would tell the, performers, hey, he, doesn't like being jump scared. And they chased me, and I just can't do it.
Do you have dreams about being chased?
No.
Okay. Sometimes your fears will come up in your dreams.
If I'm going upstairs, I have to make sure someone is in front of me, because for some reason, just that whole behind me, coming at me, it just gets me. I don't get it.
Now, has this been the case since childhood? Did anything happen, or has it just always been a thing?
So my dad used to let me watch horror movies as a child, and I wouldn't say it scarred me, but
it did.
Obviously, it did. Yeah.
Okay. Hey, look, man, the one thing I read, because my parents kind of did, 10 years old, they're like, hey, watch Alien. And that kind of wrecked me. But me and my friends did realize one thing about most horror movies. If there's something behind you, it could be an alien, monster, serial killer, they don't do anything to you until you turn around and actually see them. So we said, if someone says, hey, Jason's standing over your shoulder with a knife up in there, it's like, I know. He's been there for 3 days. All I have to do is not turn around and look at him.
Right. Taylor, did you want to watch it, or were your parents just like, let's get this out of the way?
No, I wanted to watch it because we'd just seen Star Wars, so in their mind, he likes space stuff. And I do. But Alien and Star Wars are very, 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 very different movies.
All right, Taylor, I would somewhat consider that an irrational fear, because unless you've been chased by a dog growing up or something like that, it typically as an adult, not a lot of chasing going on.
That's fair.
Do you have a rational fear of something happening to you, or a rational fear where it really affects you?
Okay, as far as rational goes, I'd have to go with choking.
All right. Yeah. Okay. That is a real fear.
The idea, like you say, when you eat peanut butter at night, you weirdo. The idea of because I've given the Heimlich twice to someone, and just the look of fear and
it's a real thing.
Not being able to breathe is terrifying.
Yeah,
I would agree.
If you honestly, it just seems like an awful way to die. Dying sucks.
Yeah,
but I don't know. You don't want to die alone choking on a cheesesteak.
No.
Well, no, you're correct. I don't.
No, and Ted and I, we have the same fear of just falling in the bathroom. Not necessarily the bathtub, but just anywhere in there.
Yeah, like when you're washing your feet.
That's how I cracked my ribs and broke them. Right. I fell into the sink pedestal. They asked 3,000 Americans what their biggest fears are. And there's all kinds of different things that people are absolutely scared to death about. So they gave people a list of common fears and asked them to rate their discomfort level. Then they mapped the results by state. The number one fear should not be a shock is death. It is the number one fear here in Washington State.
But that's realistic because we're all going to die.
Right. It's going to happen.
But if you're scared of it and you're, like everything you do is...
I don't fear death at all, not even in the slightest, because, I just know that's how the movie ends, so it seems ridiculous. Now, the method with which you die is an entirely different thing to me.
The number two fear is heights, which I can completely relate to.
Yep.
Even if I just looked up and someone was standing on a ledge.
Right.
Not even me. I get this sickening feeling to my stomach.
You kind of internalize it.
I feel it to the point where I have to turn my head and not look.
Yeah.
Because I'm so freaked out.
Halloween music.
I have no idea what that was.
Festive.
I gotta go do a test.
Yeah. Tag number 3 is snakes.
Oh, there you go.
West Virginians, they're afraid of snakes too. Then there's all kinds of weird stuff. Public speaking, being in enclosed spaces. The number 6 fear is a tie between failure and spiders.
Spiders, sure.
Interestingly enough, ghosts and spirits were also an option, but they're only number 1 in one state. That would be Montana.
Really?
In Montana, they're scared to death of ghosts.
I feel like you'd hear in Massachusetts or some old place.
Exactly. More of the random question on the way, 206-803-ROCK.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Amazon fall favorites are here to make you say, with low prices on home, beauty, and fashion brands like Amazon Essentials. So hold on to your pumpkin spice whatevers and save on fall favorites at Amazon.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor Portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the pain out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our mental health providers are here for you, with both in-person and telehealth options to get you seen in as little as 48 hours. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the kitchen, like appliances and cookware. You'll have money left over for a sauce pot, so you can make your mom's famous gravy recipe. Yuck. Or at least try to. Or that cutting board for the ultimate holiday party buffet.
Is that a charcuterie pyramid?
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Hey, what's the easiest way to find out what channel the game's on? Sports on What? Subscribe to the Sports on What app and quickly find the channel for every provider. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Download today.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Hey, I still have a chance to fall into 5K a day. All you need to do is download the Odyssey app, listen for 1 measly hour, and you will be entered to win your share of $5,000 a day. We don't give that away until all the money is gone. But again, just download the Odyssey app. It's absolutely free. Log in so they know you're there. Listen for 1 hour to this fine radio show, and you have a chance to win $5,000. It is just that easy. Okay, there's a random question. 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Gary. Welcome to the men's room.
Random.
Hello, Gary.
Hello, my brother.
Hola. Gary, welcome to the program.
Can you hear me?
We got you.
Oh.
Yes.
All righty. All right.
Okay, Gary, our last caller. Taylor just said that.
I'm still here. Sucking down the men's room.
Well, thank you for doing that. We appreciate that, Gary. Our last caller said he'd given the Heimlich maneuver twice in his lifetime, and the look of panic on the faces kind of freaked him out. So, have you ever choked, or what did you almost choke on?
Oh, yeah. I've been there.
What did you choke on?
Me? Oh, no. I had a coughing event once that scared the heck out of me. I was a CPR instructor for 25 years before I retired, so I know, and I have performed. When I was 16-year-old, I performed CPR on an old man that got hit by a bus in front of me on my way to work. And from then on, I was like, I'm going to, continue this. Now, CPR now is like Good Samaritan rule. You don't have to know it in this state, but they've eliminated the compressions. You just do breaths now.
Okay, so no more chest compressions, just breaths.
Yep, you just want to get the oxygen in there.
Okay, all right. Because I remember even with life-saving, that was different to get water lodged out of, hopefully not the lungs, but out of your, out of your stomach, and that involved back blows. Mm-hmm. So there's all kinds of different ways.
That's old school, yeah, definitely.
Yeah, they change it all the time. Have you ever almost choked?
Yeah, I almost choked on. It was, I don't know what it was. It was like I think a pollen outburst attacked me, and I was like, I can't breathe. And I drank water, and eventually I could breathe again. But that was the only time I'd ever choked. And I do know how to do the Heimlich on yourself. You need a chair.
Yeah, you do. I was going to ask, can you do the Heimlich on yourself? Okay, so I got a chair. Yep. I'm choking. Now what do I do?
And just lunge right there under your
rib cage.
Gosh, I forget the name of it, but right there in the solar plexus. You want to just hoof that stuff out.
Yeah. Worst one I ever had was back to the ice cube tray days. And I was probably 10, 12 years old.
Yeah.
And I swallowed a big ice cube. And it just sat there. And I'm like, okay, this thing's... And I kept trying to swallow and swallow. For some reason, where it was, the mechanism to swallow, it was right at that point. It wouldn't work. And then eventually I could kind of feel it sliding down. I'm like, oh, my God. Like, I could not breathe. And then it melted.
I would say, at least with an ice cube, if you could wait long enough.
But it was still just the panic of that thing melting. It freaked me the hell out.
I did it just like a week ago. It was nothing big. Just something, like when then it goes down. You're like, why am I not chewing my food?
Right. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I do that to myself a lot. Yep. Just like, man, just chew your food more.
Well, even if you just know when it's too big. And it just, I don't know about you, it scares you. Then you're like, I got to really chew it.
And it kind of hurts because it's like just stuck in your chest, man.
Yeah. Reese, we asked, what did you almost choke on? Florida researchers tracking snakes in the Everglades were recently treated to quite an impressive feat. A female Burmese python devouring a 77-pound white-tailed deer whole. They released the footage of when they made their discovery, showing the python's mouth stretched to 93% of its maximum gape. Life Science, they published a research paper in the Reptile and Amphibian Journal.
Where everyone's getting their information.
Sure. These are things you don't see every day. The researchers hovered a few yards back from the python with part of the unmoving deer sticking out of the snake's wide open mouth. It felt like we were literally catching the serial killer in the act, and it was intense in real time. This was the most intense and impressive sight we have observed in 12 years of tracking pythons in southwestern Florida. The outlet notes the python was about 15 feet long, weighed about 115 pounds, while the deer was, 77 pounds, so 67% of the snake's mass.
Did you see the picture?
Yes. Oh, yeah. They say the Burmese python first started in the Everglades in the late 70s and has since basically gone to town on Florida's wildlife with no natural predators to take it down. Experts believe now there are hundreds of thousands of them in the state. And the researchers, they weren't surprised this snake scarfed down a deer just this size. Scientists previously thought the maximum mouth gape for a python was about 8.6 inches, a figure that's now been upgraded, even though this python had a bigger one, to 10.2. Just saying that most should be able to do 10.2.
The picture is absolutely ridiculous.
And I mean, that thing could just swallow humans whole.
Well, remember, there's a lady in, I don't know if it was a python or whatever it was it in India or something where the snake, the lady disappeared, they couldn't figure it out, and then they see a snake with a human-shaped lump. in its body. And they said, I believe that's the woman. So they killed Snake, opened it up, and there she is. I want to say pocketbook and all, like everything.
Yep.
By the way.
Oh, shoot. Sorry. That was the wrong button.
Wow.
Yeah, he's fired up out of nowhere.
This week went by quick.
Oh, man, I feel good.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
Ted versus the FCC coming up.
Positive Friday.
Let's get out of here.
Get a drink.
It's okay.
So
thirsty.
the guy that just called in, he did CPR training for 25 years.
Yeah.
These are the texts that came in after his call. It's just compression breath. The breaths are optional. This guy's
just chest
completely backwards. Mouth to mouth is no longer recommended. It's just chest compressions. It's inaccurate about CPR. You can do the hands only, no breaths. You just need to keep the blood pumping through the system doing compressions. I'm certified through the American Heart Association. Pretty sure he had that backwards. Glad he wasn't my CPR instructor. This guy's completely wrong. It's the other way around. You do compressions, not breaths any longer. And then it goes on and on and on and on and
Well, it used to be 5 and 1 or 15 and 2.
I think it was like 10 and 2 or 15 and 2. We literally have somebody on the line who called up wanting to. They work in healthcare.
Yeah,
please. And now they're down. They're down for the random question as well. But they wanted to clear
When
that
he
up.
said that, I thought it sounded wrong. But I was like, I don't know. I'm not going to correct him.
I don't know. And look, I'm going to tell you right now, if I'm in a situation where I need it, just, even if you're not trained, do your best. Yeah. I'll be cool. Put in the effort. Hello, Jesse. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola.
Hola. Jesse, you want to clear up the CPR thing information we just got?
Oh, yeah, and I'm glad I'm not the only one. That was
Okay. Not even nearly.
horrified with what I was hearing. Okay, good. Yeah, all about compressions.
Okay. Well, that's good to
So
know.
do the compressions, not the
I heard
breaths.
it on the men's room and my dad died.
Right.
That's all we need. That is all we need. Okay. All right. I'm going to give you this one. This might be a strange question, but as an adult, have you kept or do you own any toys?
That's embarrassing.
Why?
But what kind of toys are we
Collectibles,
talking about?
Toys that
dolls
your
from growing
kids
up.
could see, not sex toys.
Yeah, you might
Get
be
your head
having
out of the toilet.
on a display case. Yeah, not those type of toys. Not
You can
adult
save
toys.
lives. How about your own soul?
Yeah.
No doctor, no adult toys.
Let's see. I'm a soccer coach, so I just have a ton of soccer balls, soccer
Cones.
equipment. That's all I can think of off the top of my head.
All right. Well, that's a game that a lot of adults don't play.
But would you have those if you were not a soccer coach?
Well, sure. I mean, I'm a big
Okay.
fan, too, so I do have some signed soccer balls and stuff like that.
All right. So you have some collectibles. Now, who assigned your soccer balls?
Oh, I have a ball that was signed from the Sounders team, and I have one that was signed by a Manchester United player.
Oh, wow.
Well,
Which one?
Pretty special. It was Nemanja Vidic.
All right. Do you have any jerseys?
Oh, yeah. Yeah, lots of jerseys.
Are you wearing one tonight?
I will be, but unfortunately just watching from my couch.
Yeah. Well, you
That doesn't stop me.
Still fly the flag.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay.
I look the same at home as I do at the game if my team was playing. I'm wearing the exact same gear.
So, as a coach of a soccer team, are you responsible for buying 10 soccer balls, the bag? Is that on you as the coach to have your team supplied with the things they need, other than shin guards and stuff like that?
No, it's not. Luckily for me, I work for a club that provides that kind of stuff, but I just have to thank the rec coaches that do provide that sort of stuff. I mean, they're just like teachers, that
Right.
end up having to provide things for their classrooms.
Okay.
So,
Now,
shout out to them.
Do you have any bobbleheads or anything, being that you're kind of sports heavy here?
My husband, I think he's got a Seahawks bobblehead. I don't have any of those. though.
I would say the easiest one, most adults, I don't care. Well, Frisbees.
Yeah. Okay. Probably got a Frisbee. But, okay, so you're talking about soccer balls and all that. If they qualify as toys, if you go in my garage, we got baseballs, baseball gloves, badminton net, volleyball net, couple of volleyballs, basketballs. So, all the sports stuff, pickleball crap. I mean, you name it.
Do you, does your husband, does he have any collectibles or toys?
Oh, not that he display. Oh, you've got a ton of comic books, actually.
Okay. Yeah. Yep.
There we go. Do you wash the little cancer balls off of the stuff before you put it in your car from the fields?
I try try to bounce them once or twice, but
Okay.
I should probably do a better job.
Okay. That's all you need is a kid with an open wound sliding on that ground.
And thank you for being a soccer coach. As my kid plays soccer, I know you guys, but how old are the kids that you coach soccer with?
It varies by year. I've coached from 5 years old all the way to high school seniors and college, but my favorite is probably ages 11 to 13.
All right.
They still respect you. They still look up to you.
Is that
So
still?
that's-
And they're being competitive.
Is that still the spread and center it game? Is that the game they're playing?
The what?
Spread out and try to center the ball. Is that
Oh,
still?
no, man, 11, 12, 13, you're playing soccer now.
You are?
Like,
Okay.
Yeah, I want to say by age 10, it's now 11 on 11. You play a position. You need to be in your damn position, right? Because you're talking about like the 5-year-olds. Basically, you are there. Let's face it. Apart. 5-year-old soccer players are the equivalent of having goats. They do lawn maintenance. They're pulling dandelions. They're kicking rocks off the field. They're not really playing soccer so much, but they do a lot for kind of keeping the green at an even level. And then when they hit about 8, it seems like they start to understand, okay, I can pass you the ball if not all of us are in the exact same place at the same time.
Okay. The reason we asked you, own any toys, the toy industry has sights set on a brand new market. It's called Kidults, and the term has become an industry buzzword. Nostalgia and collectible toy purchases by grown-ups, from Hot Wheels all the way to Barbies to Lego sets, they are reshaping the way that the toy industry is working.
Did they just figure this out?
The Los Angeles Times reports that adult toy purchases remain on an upswing in the U.S. It's about 25% of sales, depending on the brand. Some are way higher than that.
Sure.
And continue to show promising numbers. Adults spent $7 billion on toys for themselves during the 12-month period ending in June 2024.
Yeah.
$7 billion.
That's like 3 Lego sets.
Mm-hmm. Toys bought for adults in the U.S. beat all other age groups, including preschoolers for the very first time. They said while pandemic buying per adult customer were on toy companies' radar, Kidults have always been around. Hasbro was early to embrace the adult customer long before Kidult became a buzzword. For example, Hasbro is seeing a spike in the sale of G.I. Joe action figures, including the pricier collector's series called G.I. Joe Classified. But the toys most treasured by grown-ups include Pokemon, Star Wars, Lego Star Wars sets, Squishmallows.
Yeah, Squishmallows.
Stuffies.
Yeah, and you can get those at Costco.
And Funko Pops. What are Squishmallows?
If you see it, dude, it's like a real ugly. Remember Weebles? Remember what they look like versus Fisher Price?
Yeah.
So picture that kind of egg shape. Yeah. They're very soft. They're very comfortable. As an adult, I would not dream of having it, but I did see a couple of adults. The last time I took a flight, there were a couple of adults that had Squishmallows.
Yeah.
And they're like, dude, it's like our neck pillow. Yeah. And I'm like, actually, that makes sense. So my daughter has a few of them. One, because that's what she likes, but also, she lays on them, does the whole thing. As far as Legos go, like, look, man, your kid can be into Legos, but for how much they charge now, you're probably buying it for yourself, and you're just going to have your kid help. Because when we were growing up, $15 for a Lego set, and it wasn't like any specific thing you're supposed to build. It was
What did
just
you tell
the
me
bricks.
the Millennium Falcon was?
That was some guy, I guess, just completed. It took, 12 hours?
12 hours.
To put it together. And that thing, it's like $1,200, $900, something like that. And I'm like, you're not buying that for your kid.
Yeah, he said it was hard. He said it's harder with the curved Lego pieces to put that stuff together.
Oh, and it's detail. Look, I'm not a big Lego guy, but when my daughter was into it, she would sit at the dining room table 4 hours straight, put them together. It was a great thing. But then the prices, I noticed, kept going up for this level of sophistication, man. So it's like, it got to the point she really wanted to buy the London Skyline Lego set. It's probably like 5 years ago. And I said, look, man, I'm not trying to dump a ton of cash on this, but I'll tell you what, count up your birthday money, and I'll meet you halfway on that, right? Whatever you've got, I will double that. She's like, cool. So I get up the next morning, and she has recruited her brother to help her count the money. He's counting the coins. She's counting the bills. I did not know that she had $270 in birthday money, Christmas money, whatever. But it was all hers. And my wife's like, look, you made the deal. I'm like, I did. So she got like a $500 Lego set. To her credit, she sat down, she put it together. But I would never dream of spending that much money on something like Legos.
Now, when you're done with it, do you
kid.
keep it put together and put it on the shelf, or do you put it back in the box like a puzzle?
On my insistence, it stayed out on display for a while. I'm like, we're not going to deconstruct this and put it back in the box. Like, it's a lot of damn money, but now she's kind of grown out of it, and we've passed it on to other people. But yeah, they are not cheap.
By the way, you hear me talk all the time. I love G.I. Joes growing up. So I just looked up this classified series. It's basically, they're just like, here's the G.I. Joes for dudes like my age, or like you grew up with.
No, they don't have any different gear or anything like that? Nobody's got a rocket launcher?
I mean, some of the vehicles and stuff, I guess they had just stopped making them or whatever.
All right.
But yeah, basically, I'm just like, oh yeah, these are just like... And
are they big ones or the small ones?
The small ones. All right. But good thinking, right? Because like the aircraft carrier, I could never get that. But as an adult, they'd be like, hey man, you got that 500 now?
Because remember, it bugged you as a kid. Somebody here says, I just bought an at set for $900. Star Wars fans know what that is. $900 Christmas gift for his wife. My buddy's wife has a full bedroom in their house full of toys, bookshelves full of those squishmallow things. This is the big jigsaw puzzles. Not a big puzzle person either, but those are huge.
That was on Hoth, right?
Yeah, the big walking four-legged things.
More of the Random Question coming up, 206-80.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday athletic gifts like bikes, tents, and outdoor gear. You'll have money left over for a premium yoga mat so you can try to touch your toes by New Year's. Almost there. Or that Pro Series 2-person sled with titanium alloy skis. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Feeling overwhelmed? Struggling with mental health shouldn't be the norm. At Mindful Therapy Group, we specialize in connecting you with compassionate therapists that can support you through stress, anxiety, ADHD, and so much more. With in-person and telehealth appointments available, we can get you seen in as little as 48 hours. To make things easier, Mindful Therapy Group accepts most health insurances, including Medicare, allowing you to focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to start your mental health journey today.
Jordan B. Peterson, We Who Wrestle with God Tour.
If you say the truth and nothing else, you'll have an immense adventure as a consequence. You won't know what's going to happen to you, but the truth will reveal the world the way it's intended to be revealed, and the consequence for you will be that you'll have the adventure of your life.
Live across North America in 2025. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
3 Rock.
99.9 KISW. The Men's Room returns with Miles and Thrill.
KISW proudly presenting Live Day Friday night, December 13th at Showbox Solo. Everything will be live. Daily Migs Morning Show, chance for you to beat Migs. You'll play live Big Dummy with us. Ted versus the FCC, Bad Choice Friday. Commercials, music, every single thing will be live on stage, and you will be a part of that with our live studio audience. Tickets on sale now, KISW.com. All right, here's our random question, 206-803-ROCK.
Hello, Justin. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola. Justin, welcome to the show. Let's see. What's your random question? How about this one? Justin, where did you get lost, and for how long were you lost?
That's kind of a tough one.
Never been lost before.
I mean, not really ever since I had... I mean, there's been times where my phone died and didn't really know where I was and had to drive around until I could get directions. But I've never really been
well, that's
lost.
That's lost.
GPS and everything.
I don't even know the last time someone's asked me for directions just with the rise of the cell phone. You know, it used to be every day. If you walk through any town at some point, someone, hey, man, do you know where blank is? You give them the directions. Now, I mean, pull out the phone, they're done. They get where they're going.
Did you ever get lost as a child when you were someplace with your parents?
I have a slight memory of getting lost in like a Fred Meyer, and then my mom had to, I think maybe I had to go and find, and you know, I had to do the whole intercom, found your kid thing.
Yep.
But,
one time.
Not a very clear memory of it.
I've never seen my mom look as angry at me as when I just got lost. Now, if I were to do something that I knew was probably not cool, she'd be mad.
Sure.
But that day, man, I mean, she had this look of relief, terror, anger.
And hatred.
Yeah. I got lost in a Hills department store, which was a regional department store where I grew up. And Hills was pretty sizable. Yeah. And I don't remember any of it. As far as how we got separated, I walked down every single aisle. I know she tried on some clothes. That probably had something to do with it.
Yes.
But I continued to walk around, and no one could find me either. So eventually, I went next door to Pizza Inn because I had quarters on me, and Pizza Inn had like 3 video games.
Yeah.
When you walked right in, they had like Pac-Man, Donkey Kong, whatever the hell it was. So I just figured I'd go over there and use up my quarters and my money so I could play video games while she did whatever she wanted to do. So I don't know how long I was playing video games, probably longer than I thought. So I walked back next door to Hills, and there's my mom crying at the counter, at the register. She sees me. She loses her damn mind. I mean, I thought I was going to get my ass beat just because she could not find me. It was brutal.
I did not get lost, but my parents could not find me. I was 3 or 4, and I have some fleeting recollection of this, but at this point we lived in Dale City, Virginia, and it was kind of an up-and-coming suburban area. It's massive now, but I had gone for a walk, or as my mom says, I went for a walkie. That's what I told her. But I guess I was gone for about 3 hours, so I was in the neighborhood. I guess I'd gone to my friend's house who lived like on the other side of the same block. Did not come home for a hot minute, but then there was a hailstorm and thunderstorm. I do remember that. And then I remember walking up the street toward and the sun had gone down in the time that I left between the time I'm walking home. And I remember walking toward my house, and my neighbor came flying out of the house, and she wrapped a towel around me because it was cold and still kind of drizzling at that point. And then the door to my parents' house opens, man, and my mom just like you said, your mom, you know, terrified, dry tears. She's like half screaming, half laughing, half crying, and, you know, where were you? What happened? Blah, blah, blah. And I guess that's when I very calmly said I went for a walkie. Well, they still weren't sure, like, where the hell did you walk? So they made me retrace my steps. My mother goes, we literally walked around the block, went to your friend's house. You were there for a little while, and then that mom had sent me home because the weather was about to turn. And so I went, instead of going back the way I came, I kind of followed the block around, if you know what I mean.
Right.
And then I guess when the rain hit, my mother, I was under someone's like front porch, a little bit of a crawl space down there. And I went down there to get out of the rain, very sensibly. And she said, you could see pictures you drawn with your finger in the dirt, waiting out the rain. And then when the rain got light enough, it was hailing a little bit. She's like, then you pulled your dumb ass out of there and started walking home. But in my mind at the time, I made the right decision. I don't want to get wet. I'll hang out under here, but I guess, as she says, it was about 3 hours.
Jesus.
Yeah, just pure panic.
Reason we asked, where did you get lost and for how long? These are some crazy stories.
I know, like I did it once in a department store. Yeah. I feel like it happens, but I think all the parents are right to be like...
It's worse to be the parent.
And it is much worse to be the parent. I remember my daughter trying to run off. It was like Christmas time. We're flying back from Philly. It's Philly airport at Christmas. So it's 8 billion people in there. And she's 3 years old maybe. And we're in line at TSA, and she just darts through, starts disappearing into this massive throng of people. I start to chase after her, right? Because you go into panic mode. I remember the TSA agent got put his hand on my chest. He's like, sir, I can't let you through. I said, I'm going to get my daughter whether you're here or not. I will come back. But I'm like, you're making a bad decision for your future right now. And he understood. So I'm like, it's about my kid. You know, at that point, everything goes out the window. And I snatched her dumb ass out of this massive crowd and went back through TSA. But you have to explain to them, like, hey, baby, I know you're excited to be here, and there's all these things going on. There's Christmas music playing, and it's a real kind of like positive thing for a kid. But like, you can't disappear from our line of sight. And my daughter, to this day, same thing. Okay, thanks.
You ever gotten lost somewhere dumb?
What do you mean?
I don't know, like a parking lot or something.
Yeah, parking garage, yes.
Yeah, parking garages can be tough.
Especially, have you parked down at the market since they've kind of redone it?
No.
Okay, so
I don't know that I would have the gonads to drive down in the market.
Don't park in the parking lot. There's nothing inherently wrong with the parking garages, but what you don't realize when you pull in, they're all kind of underground, right? And you pop up and you walk through the market. Good luck remembering where you park. If you don't write down where you park, you will spend hours. We bumped into, it was two ladies, and they were just all kind of worked up. Me and my wife were leaving, and they're sort of laughing, and they're going back and forth with each other. And I'm like, what's up? And she's like, I can't remember where I parked the effing car. We've been to 3 or 4 different parking garages, but we've been looking for the last hour and a half. I'm like, are you kidding? She's like, no. So they found their car in the garage that we were parked in. And the same thing. She said, we go to each parking garage. She hits her key fob. And finally, they heard their horn, and these ladies were so happy.
Yeah, especially when it's a rental car.
Same thing at the airport.
Airport's tough.
I'm pretty good directionally, but still with the airport, I will have to take a picture of what stall I parked in. Otherwise, that thing is so freaking vast, dude. You will lose your car instantly.
When you pull in that parking garage, it says, okay, if you're traveling this airline, go here.
Yeah.
Right? So I did that the last time. All right, I'll park close to my gate. I swear to God, man, I must have been as far away from the American Airlines terminal. It's like,
don't even try.
Why did you tell me to park up here? Like,
even try.
You sons of bitches. Like, here I am. Anyway, the reason we asked, where did you get lost and for how long? A 48-year-old photographer. She survived many days lost in Australia's snowy mountains. And she got bit by a snake.
Australia's?
Yes. Yep. The woman reportedly frequented the area to document wild horses in a national park, was found alive on Sunday, according to the BBC. A search had been launched for Monday after a car company reported she had not returned the car that she had rented and could not be reached. The vehicle was later found without her in it. So the BBC reports she'd been lost in the wilderness for 6 days, and she'd actually driven into that area on October 15th. She told rescuers she got bit by a copperhead snake 4 days before she was found, and the area had been experiencing freezing temperatures at night.
Yay.
So this is not getting any easier. They said she was dazed and injured, suffered from dehydration, exposure, and a rolled ankle, as well as the one that was bitten. She was treated at the scene and taken to a hospital where she was reported to be in stable condition. She is, in fact, very fortunate to be alive. Obviously, went through a tough time. She is happy to be alive. But multiple agencies, mounted units, dog units, helicopter with infrared, they were all involved in the search. I would think that if I got bit by a poisonous snake that I could identify, things would not be going well right out of the gate. I would think that I would die after 4 days.
She probably
Especially
did.
in Australia.
Right. You just assume it's worse.
The plants want to freaking kill you.
Yeah. Right. All right. Now we have a story right here in Washington State. A man lost in the wilderness last month was rescued at the end of August, clinging for his life. And now Robert Schock is talking about his ordeal. Talking to People magazine. Never did I dream that this kind of survival could ever be possible. This is insane.
Yeah, this is crazy.
He is a 39-year-old musician, describes himself as an ultra runner. So he was planning on doing a 20-mile run at North Cascades National Park. He parked his car at Hannigan Pass and the trailhead and only brought a small backpack with a dog pan for his pup, Freddie, who accompanied him. Now, Schock did not even have a shirt on.
Jesus.
He didn't have a shirt on. I'm not a hiker. I don't put on backpacks. I don't go out for multiple day trips. I don't know how to fish. I want to finish a course as fast as I can and come back home. Schock, however, got lost. And with no food or phone service and barely any clothes, and with his backpack as only a shield from the elements, on the third day he realized, I'm not doing well, and instructed Freddie, his dog, to go find his way home. Authorities did find Freddie on August
Freddie.
3rd.
Freddie's like, I was hoping you'd say that.
I'm out, man.
Yeah, see you, bro.
Give me a couch.
Hope you don't die.
From there, Schock survived on what he said were some pretty nasty berries and a large mushroom he found. It tasted like a normal mushroom you'd have on a pizza or something. But he soon started wasting away. He says he once saw a helicopter, but that despite his screaming and waving, it didn't see him. Now, by August the 30th, he didn't think he'd make it through the night. So he decided to let out for one final yell. Luckily, members of the Pacific Northwest Trail Association, they were working on a trail maintenance area in the area, and they heard him scream and found him alive, but not well. Robert may have only had another day left, maybe 2. Schock told them he'd been stuck in the same spot for 2 weeks, unable to move. Jan Thompson, who lives in North Carolina, who is his mother, tells people she never gave up hope on her son, whom she reported missing on August 5th. The fact that Rob left his car window halfway down on the passenger side and his wallet in the car led the deputies to believe he went into the wilderness with no intention of coming out. But she said, I knew that was not the case. Honestly, I never felt he had perished in the park despite the odds. He tells people he's since gained back 40 pounds and that other than some underlying joint pain, he's recovering pretty well. Still, the ordeal, he says, it's taken its toll on me, and I've aged several years because of it. He noted, adding that he has no intention of returning to that park to run again ever in the near future.
I wouldn't either. One thing that blows my mind about that story, besides all of it, is that he felt confident enough to trust the mushroom that he found.
Again,
you know what I mean?
Crazy.
Even if you're like starving, and look, at that point, maybe I tried too, but my thought would be like,
this could be the end of me right here.
This might end me. I just don't know.
Also with the berries.
Right.
Also with any of that stuff. You know, like you just don't know.
But I guess at that point, what else are you going to do?
You don't have a choice.
Yeah, like, I'm going to eat something.
I mean, maybe ferns. I know that the green stuff that hangs in the trees that you see in rainforest type areas, that is edible. You can cook that. You can eat it raw. But either way, man, apparently
at that point, I'm eating it.
It runs right through you, which causes another situation.
Oh, God,
so
right.
You're getting a little bit of nutrients, but I don't think it's worth, so to speak, the outcome.
Yeah.
Of what will happen to you. And that's one of those things. And you can pick it. I've picked it off the tree and eat it before just to taste it.
How bad is it?
It's like eating cotton candy.
Really?
It's really like eating air. There's just not a lot of substance to it. That's why it blows in the wind and everything else. So,
well, even if somehow you got an animal, like, I don't know.
Now what do I do?
Right. Does he know how to start a fire?
But if he didn't have anything with him.
Well, you didn't go out there with a lighter. He went out there for
the
a
lighter,
run.
nothing. So now it's got some dead animal. Like, yeah, sorry, man, I meant to eat you, but
yeah,
that'd be vicious. You have to hand kill a squirrel, but then you don't cook it.
Now that was one thing we had to do in Boy Scouts, which was
hand kill squirrels?
No, start a fire without a match.
Right.
And that was one of the hardest. That was one of the hardest things that I did, because basically, you need to create a little bit of a bow.
Right.
You need to have a stick that you put into the bow, so when you saw back and forth, it twists the stick.
Yeah.
From that point in time, you need an anchor point into a rock, and then that's where you put
your kindling
for friction. So you're just trying to friction that stick to the point where maybe you get a little heat, maybe you get a spark, and you can light that crap. It took me 2.5 hours to complete that project. It is harder than you think it is.
Well, sure, but at least for him, he had more than 2.5 hours.
I just had to light a fire with one match.
All right, well,
so you had a match?
Yeah.
Okay. Waterproof?
I didn't have to do that caveman stuff. Oh, yeah.
Caveman.
I still can.
All right. You should be able to.
I mean, I just worry with one match, like every time I use a matchbook, it doesn't always light on the first strike.
Mm-hmm. Or the wind's blowing.
And the wood is wet.
Right.
Oh, yeah.
What do you got there? Some wet wood?
I hope so.
Yeah.
And a perfect world,
wood.
mama. Hello, Jess. Welcome to the men's room.
Eat some of those nasty berries.
Hola.
Jess, welcome to the program. Random question. All right. Let's go with this one, Jess. On a personal note, when you shower, do you typically shower in the morning or do you shower at night, would you say, for the majority of the time?
It just really depends. For the most part, I like to shower like right before I go to bed. And then in the morning, just get up, brush my teeth, wash my face, do my hair. But if it's the weekend, usually, like, especially if we're getting ready to go do something for the day, I'll get up early and shower in the morning, but mostly at night.
I'm the exact opposite. Monday through Friday, I shower in the morning, and a lot of it is just, so my general routine is get out of bed, say goodbye to the kids, sit in front of the computer for an hour or so to see what's going on in the world, and then from that point on, it is like brush your teeth, shower, coming to work, but a lot of it just kind of clears my mind when I'm there.
Right. Well, also, too, on the weekend, I tend to do physical activity and get dirty.
Yeah.
So whether that's yard work or whatever, there's no point in showering in the morning because I'm just going to have to go in the afternoon.
Weekends, yeah. It's usually late afternoon.
I do an afternoon shower on the weekends, and I do a morning shower before I come into work. But
I'm usually a morning shower guy, but every once in a while, if I have to do something really early, I'll just shower up like late, like 10:30, 11 p.m., then go to bed.
All right. What about you, Mike? Morning, night?
I'm mostly morning, yeah. And again, like if I do an auction or something like that, I'll rinse off at night.
Sure.
Yeah, it's morning.
All right, let me ask you this. Do you brush your teeth pre or post shower?
I usually do it pre, and I just only because a lot of times you just end up with like dried ass toothpaste on your face. I've discovered, so I'm like, you know what? Just do it before you get in the shower. And then
I always did it after the shower.
I used to
on weekday mornings. I don't know. Lately though, feel cleaner getting into that shower with that clean mouth.
Kind of do, man. I'm not taking my morning breath in there. You know,
I prefer the road shower. That's my thing, man. I'll shower multiple times. Like if I go sleep in a hotel room, I'll end up going to the gym or swimming in the pool.
Yeah,
whatever the deal is. But the water pressure is hot. You know, you're in there. You got like 9 towels. For whatever reason,
you can sit down.
Hotel room shower, the gym shower. It's just the pressure's better. They got all the things that you need. Like when you go to the sink, they've got some mouthwash for you, some Q-tips. You really don't need to.
You ever stay in the hotels that have it like just the soaps on the the shower
just the
dispenser?
Yeah. Stayed in one at the Fairfield Inn this weekend.
But you're right, dude. If I
shower more,
I shower more when I'm on the road for some reason.
Me too.
Also, is we don't have to pay for the shower.
Yeah, it's part of it.
It's crank up
It's
the hot
inclusive.
water. Maybe even use a washcloth. I don't know. I'll get crazy.
Yeah, if I use a washcloth, I'm probably at a hotel.
But also, I feel like there's a decent amount of Saturdays where I shower twice. Just in the morning because I'm going to go do, just normal day. But then whether you go to like a sporting event or you go hang out with friends, like sometimes you need to shower. Like if I'm going to go to like have dinner and drinks with people,
sure,
I'll probably shower again before I go out. If I go to a sporting event, when I get home, be like, I'm gross. I need to shower.
Yes. Also, I find that if I do day drinking on the weekend, I just need that shower before I go to dinner, just to kind
get you out of the haze.
Just kind of wake up a little bit, like feel a little bit more invigorated.
Oh yeah,
because
for sure.
I've gone slow and steady, but now's the time where I need like a little bump. You know what I mean? So
yeah, a little pick me up, so you don't seem as drunk as you actually
cocaine showerish thing. The reason we asked you prefer to shower in the morning or night, Dr. Jason Singh, who has all kinds of medical insights on TikTok, recently weighed in on the topic. He joked was more debatable than pineapple on pizza. The debate, whether it's better to shower in the morning or at night. Now, you would think the right answer would be largely up to just personal preference, much like which way to face while showering. Do you guys face the shower head or do you turn your back on?
Both.
Yeah, both pretty much equally.
Right, but if I'm getting down to like scrubbing myself and whatnot, I got my back to the shower.
See, when I'm cleaning my back, when I just get in, the initial boy, this feels good. Let me wake up. I'm facing it.
Yeah, I'm facing the shower head the entire time almost.
Really,
unless I'm washing my back and rinsing it off.
Yeah, I'm with Miles. I don't know. Like, I'll soap up my head, put it under. Like, I'm taking that shower on.
If I turn around and have my back to the shower head to rinse off my head or whatever the deal is and put my head back, I'll get dizzy.
Really?
Well, here's my thing. If I'm in a hot shower and I'm just letting it run on the back of my neck, I'm either sick or hungover.
Sure.
Yes.
No, you're
like
right.
Something is not right.
Right.
I'm just like...
They said there are definitive pros and cons to each option, which could settle the debate once and for all. Singh says in the clip that overnight, your body accumulates germs like bacteria and funguses through the process of sweating and shedding skin cells, all of which help create odor. So when you shower off this residue in the AM, it brings your skin microbiome back to more hygienic baseline. It makes a pretty compelling case for morning showers. But he says, wait a minute. He went on to say that nighttime showering has 3 different things going for it. 1, it helps release melatonin to help induce sleep.
All right.
Plus, when your body adjusts from a warmer temperature to a cooler one, that also helps your body prepare for a good night's rest. The second benefit is it washes away the entire day of grime, which, let's be honest, can be very therapeutic sometimes. And lastly, showering at night is the better way to help hydrate your skin, making it a better option for those with sensitive or dry skin. So if you have sensitive or dry skin, you should shower in the evening. He said the bottom line, overall, nighttime showers have more benefits to it, but morning showers have really one benefit, and that is better hygiene. He encouraged viewers to weigh in with their own opinions. People did not hold back. You will never convince me to go to bed dirty, one person said. Worst part about nighttime showering is long, wet hair.
Not a problem I have.
I hate going to bed with wet hair. But yeah, he says that, I guess between the two, nighttime showering is in fact the best.
I'm doing it wrong.
Still to come, your guess is as good as mine. Our categories today, the top 10 cities in the United States for rats and your favorite candy bars. And we got your emails coming up next in the men's room at KISW.com.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday beauty gifts, like hair care, makeup, and skincare. You'll have money left over to get your bro the big bottle of cologne. Just remind him one spritz is enough. Or waterproof mascara resilient enough for watching the holiday classics.
I love this part.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the pain out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our mental health providers are here for you with both in-person and telehealth options to get you seen in as little as 48 hours. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
Jordan B. Peterson, We Who Wrestle with God Tour.
If you say the truth and nothing else, you'll have an immense adventure as a consequence. You won't know what's going to happen to you, but the truth will reveal the world the way it's intended to be revealed, and the consequence for you will be that you'll have the adventure of your life.
Live across North America in 2025. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday electronic gifts, like monitors, tablets, and video games. You'll have money left over for that drum set for your little drummer. And some noise-canceling headphones. Or an outdoor speaker system so the entire neighborhood can hear your holiday tunes. Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
Are you a bartender that dreads the phrase, "Hey, can you put the game on?" At Sports on What, we understand your pain and we're here to help. Over the air, satellite, cable, or streaming, Sports on What knows what channel the game is on, and you can too. Follow your favorite teams, set alerts, and filter by provider to get the results you need. Stop wasting time searching and never miss kickoff again. Just download the Sports on What app, and you'll always know how to watch the game. Available for Android and iOS. Start your 7-day free trial when you download Sports on What and subscribe today.
The debauchery rolls on. You're listening to The Men's Room with Miles and Thrill. 99.9 KISW.
Your guess is as good as mine on the way of 4:30. Our categories today, we have the top 10 cities for rat infestations and your favorite candy bars in honor of Halloween. But first, time for a few emails to the men's room at KISW.com.
You've got mail.
far as adults and having toys, guys, I personally have about $25,000 in O-scale model trains.
Damn. Okay.
O-scale, is that Lionel?
I guess that's the only train maker I know.
Well, we knew Tyco, which was the little ones.
Yeah, probably
the
not
small
bad.
tracks, and then they had the big ones that had the 3 tracks on them that were more like the professional grade ones. So I'm assuming that an O train.
Well, don't we all kind of, not all of us, but like, to me, if you have trains all year round, you're a train guy.
Yeah, for sure.
But at Christmas, a lot of people break out the train.
That is weird. Why is that?
Like, so it goes around the tree.
So
you can't put any toys and presents down there. A friend of mine who buys everything in brass has about $250,000 worth. Damn. We have a big layout that we are building at his business in Soto. That is very cool. Let's see as we move on to the birthday shout-outs. Guys, today is my 29th birthday. Could I get a David Lee Roth scream, a fart, the Johnson boat theme, and the captain talking about his favorite mascot? Thanks, guys. That from Ryan in Port Orchard.
Got the David Lee Roth.
Oh, you want me to do it?
Yeah, you know what? No, I'll do it. Then we needed a
Johnson fart.
Oh, yes. You, your girl, and your Johnson.
Ooh, well, ahoy there. My favorite mascot? That's a tough question because the old Capitan is friendly with most of the mascots. I can tell you who I don't like. Ronald McDonald is a straight-up douchebag. He likes to brag that he's pretty much the only clown on earth that doesn't scare people. And he might be right, but he never shuts up about it. In fact, over this past weekend, he got into it with Mr. Peanut. Everything was fine until Ronald got all mouthy after huffing paint thinner and started calling Mr. Peanut his nut bitch. Yeah, it was funny the first few times when Mr. Peanut finally snapped and beat Ronald with his cane. Took all of his mascots to pull him off for Ronald, but after cooler heads prevailed, we all agreed to kick Ronald off the guppy, so we hog-tied him and put him in a life raft and left him adrift off the coast of Pow Pow, New Guinea. Crunch berries.
It's a nut bitch.
He kept saying it. Mr. Peanut finally had enough. Pulled his monocle off, threw his top hat to the side, and got to the ass whipping.
Oh, gentlemen, it's my good friend Erica's birthday today. She's an amazing nurse here in Seattle, and I would love you guys to give her a little kit face sandwich. And the Dirty German's telling us what kind of fun she should expect if she could party with them and the captain. Later, bitches, that from Nick the Pizza Guy.
Fish challenge.
Yeah, you know, we don't even party with Captain Crunch so much anymore. Things get weird after we black out. But I remember the last time I went to the restroom and actually had to wipe fingernails out of my backside.
Yeah, you know, the captain party is a lot like some of these other famous parties. We don't go to them anymore.
Yeah, even Diddy said, Captain's a bit much.
Yeah, but if you hang out with him, maybe you can be the new nut bitch.
Guys, today is my best friend Ben's 32nd birthday. We carpool and listen to your show every day after work. So can we get an andro penis, a fish sandwich medley, and the captain regaling us with one of his stories about when he was in the Navy. Thanks, guys, and love the show. That from Clifford.
Andro penis.
Can I get
a fillet of fish sandwich?
So you know I got
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? With the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I'll wear a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side. Oh, yeah. I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe some dinner relish in the morning. At noon, and at night.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich?
So you don't want a fish sandwich?
Ooh, well, ahoy there. You know, like many seamen, the old Capitan has many memories from his time in the Navy. Most of them I cannot share because of the sensitive nature of the missions. Like when we led a rescue mission and saved the Kool-Aid Man from a particularly angry warlord off the coast of Equatorial Guinea. Turns out you can't just break through the walls of his home screaming, "Oh yeah," and think it's okay. I do remember the first time I was assigned to assist with an oil spill off the coast of Delaware. There's that telltale sheen of oil and grease on the water, but mysteriously, there were no ships visible that could have contributed to the volume of oil that we had to sop from the water. Yeah, the cleanup itself lasted several days. During that time, we couldn't pinpoint the source of the spill until I finally realized that the spill doesn't come from a ship or submersible, no. The oil in the water was the direct result of the cast of Jersey Shore going for a swim. Since then, Colonel Sanders has him under contract to provide the fryer oil he uses on his chicken. All they have to do is give him their pillowcases. Crunchberries.
Guys, I want to give a birthday shout out to my coworker Connor. Wish him a happy 30th trip around the sun. He's been training me and teaching me everything he knows for working in a brand new industry. And over the past several months of working in close quarters with each other and patiently answering all my dumb new guy questions, I know he's a pretty great dude. So how about a little kid face sandwich, Robin Thicke, and an owl hitting the window? Thanks, guys. That from Walt in Olympia.
Fish challenge.
Uh-oh, look out.
Guys, just like the Seattle Sounders, I was born in 74th on November the 28th. So please give me a fish sandwich montage and Coach Ted getting all the Sounders fans pumped up for the big game tonight. Thanks, guys. That from Scott.
Can I get
a fillet of fish sandwich?
So you know I got
I'll have a fish sandwich.
Oh, brother, can I have a fish sandwich? With the cheese and the tartar on the side.
I want a fish sandwich.
Is it too early for a fish sandwich? Cheese and tartar on the side. I smell the fish sandwich. Maybe some pure relish in the morning. At noon, and at night.
Can I buy you a fish sandwich? Oh, you don't want a fish sandwich?
All right, Sounders in the playoffs once again. Shocking. We got to play Houston. I feel like we played Houston and some of the playoffs. Also, Houston and Seattle both going for their third championship in the MLS. Now, here's the main thing. Listen, Sounders fans, that last month wasn't awesome. Dropped some points here and there. But the good news is that was the regular season. Now it's the playoffs. It's going to be a little drizzly. They don't like that down in Houston. It's going to be cold. They don't like that. They're from Houston. Be relentless. Score early. Go Sounders.
All right. Okay, guys, here you go. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday. Happy, happy, happy birthday to you, to you, to you.
BG.
Ya's a Dirty Germans brought to you by Men's Room Original Sausage. Available through Uli's World Famous Sausage, mensroomlive.com, and other fine retailers. Schweinefleisch.
Thank you, Bob. Let's get a contestant on line now for your guess is as good as mine. 206-803-ROCK. In the meantime, let's do a couple extra emails while we get a contestant. Our subject is pig nipples. Guys, I'm sitting in the business lounge here in Melbourne, enjoying a nice breakfast of bacon and eggs on toast.
Yeah.
However, all I can think about as I'm eating the bacon is your big dummy discussion about pig nipples. Damn you. I inspected each and every piece of bacon before eating it, just in case. I did not want to not enjoy it. Go Terps and cheers. That from Aaron in Melbourne, Australia. Well,
nice.
Maybe not there anymore.
You guys been inspecting your bacon?
You know, I made a bunch of bacon yesterday after that terrible loss to the Browns, and I did kind of keep my eye out for potential pig nipples. I don't think I saw any, but also it occurred to me, even if I see it, I don't care.
I had 3 strips of bacon yesterday and didn't even think to look at it.
Yeah, that's why we think you've seen one before.
Probably eaten it. Gentlemen, anchovies on pizza is the subject. Was listening to the podcast here in Germany. I have a buddy from Italy, and he blew my mind with his anchovies on pizza. We F it up in the U.S., like you said, baking the fish into the pizza. What he did was he made a plain cheese pizza, and then you add only 1 anchovy per slice after it's cooked. The salty oil flavor is much more mild and is actually really enjoyable to eat. Cheers from your diligent ambassador to Algonia in Germany, known as Lance. Lance. And we'll give you one more on the worst work stories. Afternoon, gentlemen. My first real job was working for Safeway as a courtesy clerk, bagging groceries, stocking shelves, usual first-time job grunt work. I had taken a couple days off to get my wisdom teeth pulled. On my very last scheduled day, they called to see if I would like to come in. Well, being that I've been cooped up at home, going a little stir-crazy as a 17-year-old kid, I said sure. Man, I was not in the store 15 minutes when this dude tried to steal a case of cigarettes. Now it's July of 92. I was relatively warm outside, relatively warm then for the Pacific Northwest. This fool is wearing a long black trench coat. Well, one of the assistant managers catches the guy and brings him to the back of the small office. Then they come and get me. Manager says, wait with this guy until the police show up. And if he needs to use the bathroom, go ahead and escort him. Now, of course, this guy needs to use the bathroom like 4 times in an hour. I'm not feeling good, in pain because of my 4 wisdom teeth getting extracted. While this guy's using the urinal, looks over his shoulder at me and says, do you think you could stop me if I wanted to leave? My response simply, well, you can find out if you want. Cop showed up like an hour later. Good times. Have a great day, you filthy animals. That from Jacob in North Carolina. Okay, time for a little Your Guess is as Good as Mine. It's an easy game to play. We get a contestant on the line. You pick from one of 2 categories and see if you can get as many right in said category before 3 strikes and you're out. Steve, who's ready to play Your Guess is as Good as Mine?
Hello, Tony. Welcome to the men's room.
Hola. Tony, welcome to the program, and your guess is as good as mine. All right, Tony, your category today, we go to the world of terrifying as Halloween approaches us, but this is real-world problems. For 10 years straight, one city has claimed the title of America's rattiest city, according to Orkin Pest Control Services. So Orkin has the top 50 cities as far as rats go, and basically they just do it on logging how many residential rodent treatments and business treatments were ordered in the last year.
So in other words, Orkin's 10 favorite cities.
That's right. That's where they make their cash.
Yeah.
So we have...
I'd like that rat category. What's the other one?
The other one is the top 10 candy bars here in the United States. As you know, Halloween is this week. These are all candy bars, no candies. So you can go
Baltimore for one of the rat cities.
Oh yeah. Look, I live there.
That's fair.
You're probably right.
Yeah. But you're going to go rats, right? Or I'm sorry, candy bars.
I'm going to go candy bars.
All right, candy bars it is. You know how the game is played. These are the top 10 favorite candy bars here in the United States of America. Try to get as many right in the category before 3 strikes and you're out. So what's your first guess?
Well, my first guess is Snickers.
It would be the Snickers bar. That's number 5. Snickers satisfies hunger with its nougat, caramel, and peanuts covered in chocolate. There's no snickering here, they say. Snickers may be one of the best candy bars that you can buy.
Have we figured out what nougat is exactly?
I don't want to know.
Delicious.
Okay, I will leave it at that.
If you had
I
nougat.
like Snickers and popcorn together. Like I'll take one bite of popcorn, one bite of Snickers. It's amazing.
Whoa. Easy, dude.
Okay.
It's a family of confections made with sugar or honey, roasted nuts. What else is in there?
I'm gonna go.
Whipped egg whites and then chopped candied fruit.
All right.
Okay, Tony, what are you thinking now?
Well, Butterfinger.
Butterfinger's number 10.
Wow.
You better not lay a finger on my Butterfinger unless you really want it. They can be triggety because a peanut butter candy center gets all over your business, a.k.a. your teeth, but they are a staple of every kid's Halloween diet. So Butterfinger is correct with 10, Tony. So you got 10 and 5 correct.
I don't like Milky Way and I don't like Three Musketeers, but I'm going to go with both of those.
Well, which one?
Milky Way.
Milky Way's number 3. They say, consider this the candy bar of the real Milky Way, not the galaxy thing in the sky. Milky Way is one of those things that you either like it or you're not, but they say it's still the 3rd most popular candy bar.
I think just going back to nougat. Like, I love nougat.
Chewy nougat.
I mean, basically, a Milky Way is what, like a Snickers without peanuts?
Correct.
No, it's like a Three Musketeers with caramel.
If the nougat had some, like, THC or psilocybin.
Oh, Tony, I think I see where your brain's at. Tony, you're right on Butterfinger at 10. You're right on Milky Way at 3 and Snickers at 5. These are the 10 best candy bars. What's your next guess? On your guess is as good as mine.
A Baby Ruth.
A Baby Ruth.
Ooh, underrated bar, and people don't like it, apparently.
You know what? It's been a long time since I had a Baby Ruth, but I never minded them.
Yeah, they're delicious.
Okay.
It is amazing how close all the candy bars are.
They really are. Because you also said Three Musketeers. I figure if Milky Way's there, Three Musketeers got to be there.
Yeah. I hate that bar. It's just stupid.
Are you going to go with a stupid one then?
But I'm going to go with it.
Three Musketeers is number 9. It says sometimes we need a break from a heavily filled candy bar, and Three Musketeers is it. It's light and fluffy with whipped chocolate inside. It says reminds me of floating on a cloud of chocolate.
I'm sorry, Miles. You know what I like is a Clark bar.
You like a Clark bar. I like a Clark bar. I love a Clark bar. Nope.
Yeah, it's not going to be on the list.
No.
Yeah. I'm right there
Okay.
with you. I think that's a little bit more regional, to be honest with you.
Okay, so 6. I've got 6 out of 10.
No, right now. You have 4 out of the
4.
10. You've got 1 strike remaining. There are 6 of the best candy bars that remain on the list.
There's 6 more. Okay.
You got to say Reese's Peanut Butter Cup.
Does that count, though, as a bar?
It does.
I'm going to go with
okay.
Twix.
Twix?
Yeah.
Number 4.
All right, Twix are good.
It says it doesn't matter if you're on team left Twix or right because both sides taste the same.
Yeah.
A shortbread biscuit that melts in your mouth with caramel on top.
Man.
I also wouldn't discount just the straight up Hershey bar.
Or Kit Kat?
Right, I feel like that might show up.
Since I only have 1 strike left, let's hear all your Hershey's. What else?
Is that what you want? A Hershey chocolate bar?
Yeah.
Number 6. It says, if I was a Hershey candy bar, I'd be honored if someone called me basic. Because that's what it is. It's a basic-ass candy bar, and it comes in at number 6. So, Tony, you're correct with Butterfinger at 10, 9 Three Musketeers, the Hershey chocolate bar at 6, Snickers 5, 4 is Twix, Milky Way is 3, which means that you now have 6 out of the 10. There are 4 candy bars that remain.
I don't have the number 1 yet?
You do not.
Oh, man.
I'll give you a hint, though, Tony. Number 1 is a candy bar that is seemingly, based on the variety of flavors, more popular around the world than it is here in the United States.
Oh.
I know what that is.
Toblerone.
Nah.
Oh, that's got to be Kit Kat.
Kit Kat is number 1. That is correct, Ted.
I like that green tea one, but you can't get it here.
You can't.
Don't they have like 18 different versions in Japan alone?
Yeah.
Reese's Peanut Butter Cups.
That's number 2 on the list. There are 2 remaining. One had a little old school popularity, not old school, but maybe 20, 25 years ago. This candy bar was taking the candy bar world by storm.
Whatchamacallit.
It is not the whatchamacallit. This came in 2 distinct pieces, like a Reese's.
Take 5.
Take 5, Ted. Number 8. That is a underrated great candy bar.
It
I
is.
don't think I've had the Take 5.
Oh, they're good. Yep. And there's 1 remaining, and it's basically a basic original candy bar. As well.
Crunch bar.
The Crunch Bar is correct.
All right.
Oh, my
Love
God.
a Crunch bar.
Here's your 10 best candy bars, or a Crackle. Same difference. 10 Butterfinger, 9 is Three Musketeers. Take 5 bar comes in at 8. The Crunch Bar at 7. Hershey's Basic chocolate ass bar at 6.
Basic.
Damn.
5 is Snickers. I'll take a Mr. Good bar. Twix 4, Milky Way 3, Reese Cup 2, and your number 1 candy bar. That would be the Kit Kat. All right, coming up, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. You are listening.
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday fashion gifts, like cozy fits and stylish shirts. You'll have money left over for those aviators that make you feel like a maverick. Or that ugly holiday sweater that's like really ugly.
OMG, that's like really ugly.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
To the men's room.
99.9 KISW. The shenanigans continue. This is the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
All right, coming up in just minutes, we'll drink a toast with a shot of the day. And we do have your headlines on the way at 5:50. But first, quick check on Mike Hawk and some of the stories and headlines he is not working on.
Thank you, Miles. The patterns seen on a dog's nose are as unique as human fingerprints, according to a new study.
Oh, really?
Yeah. And basically, it was more into that the grittiness of the nose, as it were, is actually a natural design that is unique to each and every dog. They tested dogs, they did ferrets, and they did one other. I don't remember what it was. But basically, genetically speaking, it kind of helps to hold in the moisture. That's why a dog's nose is usually wet.
Usually wet, yeah.
And that moisture actually helps hold in smells to kind of help generate that great sense of smell that dogs have.
Okay.
So, yeah, there you go. So just know that if your dog's kissing you with their nose, that is unique as a fingerprint. Researchers have developed a new cheap method of detecting several cancers with greater sensitivity than other tests.
Okay, that's good news.
Basically, it's like a $3 paper strip is what they were saying, and I don't know exactly what it does. It's some sort of a blood test, I believe, but they test for different things in your blood that can detect several different cancers.
Okay.
And with greater accuracy or sensitivity is what they say, but yeah, that's awesome. A new study says taurine may actually increase the risk of heart attacks.
Taurine?
Taurine.
Oh, like an energy drink.
Correct.
Okay.
Yeah.
Taurine. I was
anyone
like,
shocked by that?
No.
I mean,
well, I think some people are putting it into like exercise drinks. You know, they'll find it in not Gatorade, but Gatorade likes, and they'll put it into like protein shakes and whatnot to just kind of give them a boost for the gym.
Right.
But it's.
I just assume things that give you a boost, probably not great for your heart.
Unless you're deficient in it, you don't really need to add more to it.
I mean, I like coffee. I used to drink energy drinks sometimes. I don't anymore. But I get why people like them.
100%.
Drink them.
Yeah, I'm with you.
I don't. For some reason, drinking an energy drink always felt just different than drinking a coffee.
Yes.
Does that make sense?
Basically, for me, it was just the amount of sugar. I take my coffee black, so I don't dump near as much sugar into myself. And when I was drinking those energy drinks, it was on the daily like I was doing coffee, and I ballooned up like crazy.
Yeah, and I just feel like when you drink that, and again, I'm not against people having them. Like,
not at all.
They're good. They're sugar-free.
I miss them. I really do.
Yeah, but it just, I don't know. It just tastes like chemicals as opposed to coffee.
Yeah. The only problem I had was there was one of them. I liked NOS and I liked Full Throttle. There was one of them that I had where I could taste the granules of sugar going down my throat.
Oh, wow.
It was nasty, dude. It got nasty. A piece was recently published concerning the proper way to clean a mattress. And that got me thinking, what things are in your home that you're not cleaning near as often as maybe you should? So I found a list.
The Men's Room Top 10. The Men's Room Top 10.
10 things you probably aren't washing enough. For all you germaphobes out there, this one's gonna wrinkle your suit. Henry the Lab had a ballectomy on Tuesday. On Friday, he began stress poops. Imagine a child using finger paints on your walls. Now insert dog duke. My fingers, hands, beard, and toes have touched more dog stool than I ever thought possible in 72 hours. Here's hoping you have chocolate pudding for dessert following Gammy's famous chili.
Yeah. Thank you, VD.
Yeah, you have to go home early to deal with that, man.
Yes,
That is horrible.
I don't blame him.
Yeah. So these
you know what? If I lost my testicles, I think I'd be upset too.
I'm going to go ahead and crap on the floor.
You know what?
Pretty much.
Finger paint on the walls here. Or paw paint, whatever you do.
My wife takes me in to get those things cut off. Like, yeah, I'm pooping on the floor.
Yeah.
You clean it up.
Yeah, you made me do this.
I don't feel good.
So we could get fixed, but you still have them.
Right.
Yeah, I know.
We don't lose our testicles.
Right. You're right, though. Like, if somebody, I just woke up and they're like, hey, we took them, I'd be like,
yo!
What?
What do you
I'd
mean
be a bad dog. I'd bite them, poop on the floor.
Yeah. They might be a little bit crouchy. Like, yeah.
Yeah, took his testicles.
Right. There's something missing that should be there. Damn it. So
I'm going to destroy this house.
I'm going to just chew up the couch. I don't care. Mike, no. Things that you're not cleaning enough inside of your own home, they start with the dryer vent. When's the last time... You know what? Let's play this game. When's the last time you cleaned this, your dryer vent?
Within the last year, but only because our house was getting torn apart for some remodeling stuff. Mm-hmm. So at that point, I'm like, yeah, let me go in there. My God, man. Yeah, that's it's just like a fire hazard waiting to happen.
And now I don't mean clear out the lint. I mean actually scrub it down.
I mean, I live in an apartment. Not my job. I mean, there's very few, but like, there's one of the bonuses.
Right? Yep.
Miles, when's the last time you cleaned your dryer vent?
The vent itself, it's been a while.
Been a hot minute.
It's been a while, yeah. And that's a very important one to do, too.
They talk about how dryers cause thousands of fires per year, often due to lint and dust igniting. Yeah. How often should it be cleaned? They say that that the leading appliance manufacturers recommend cleaning the dryer vents once a year to prevent hazards.
Okay.
So,
all right. I mean, that makes sense.
Time to run them in there. The shower door track. When's the last time you cleaned the tracks of your shower door?
I don't have one. I have a curtain.
That's a fair call. How about your shower curtain then? I don't even know if it's on the
You know what I do, man? I just replace the damn thing.
Yeah.
I just buy a new one.
Because because there's the liner.
Correct.
And so that's the one that gets gross.
I'm with Miles. Right. That's the one that gets gross, and then they're not that expensive.
No.
It's every 6 months.
But I've actually tossed the liner in the wash before.
Oh,
it actually comes out, yeah.
Okay,
all right.
It does pretty well.
All right.
How often should you clean it? As far as the shower door track, to keep your shower tracks sliding smoothly, clean them once a month or whenever you notice buildup or feel the door catching. Okay. That's a good indicator.
That's fair. You can usually tell.
Right. We clear them out on the regular, but how often do you clean your trash can?
Oh, you know what? My recycling can I wash out probably once a month.
Yeah.
Just because I'm not the best at rinsing out.
Once every 6 to 8 weeks.
Okay.
Because I'm pretty good about the stuff I choose to put in the trash, but I also live with children who just, So it's like, why is it wet on the bottom, guys?
Yeah. That's a good one. I don't know. It never really dawns on me to clean the actual trash can. I just take the bag out and throw it out.
Unless there's a funk coming from it, I don't clean the trash can.
Right. The funk will definitely get you to do it. But like with recycling, it's typically a paper bag in there.
Exactly.
So if anything's wet, it just soaks through. So I end up washing that. But the other one's in a plastic bag. So there might be something gross in there, but it's not touching the trash can.
They say clean it every few weeks or once a month at least.
Okay.
It says it's time to take the whole can out and give it a good cleaning. So there you go.
Yeah, man.
Things that you're not cleaning enough inside of your own home. Was last time that you guys cleaned your window screens?
I just had my windows replaced by Windows Nation, so I actually have screens again.
Are they brand new?
They are brand new. They started last Monday. They finished Friday. Honest to God, we haven't had a screen door on our slider in the basement in so long. It was all warped and bent and constantly falling down, whatever. So I'm like, I'm sick of it. I'm not putting it up. So like a normal slider, there's now these screen door there. On 2 separate occasions yesterday, I almost walked through it because I forgot that it's there. I'm so used to not having one. So I'll let you know when I clean them. But yeah, the windows are literally 1 week old.
I do once a year on exterior washing, and they take care of that.
Okay. They say you should aim to clean your window screens at least once a year, preferably in the spring before bug season gets into full swing. Take them out, gently brush them on both sides and both directions with a dry brush, rinse with a hose, and air dry. Yeah, that's a good idea.
All right.
Cleaning your windows.
That's part of the whole thing there.
Yeah.
They do the windows, they do the screens.
See,
but the inside, that's different. That's on me.
I do them for the most part once every week or two. Now, that's changed. I haven't cleaned the windows here in the new place just yet. There's a lot more done on windows.
Yeah.
I was going to say, right? A lot more windows.
Probably about once every 6 weeks on that. Again, just got my new windows, so they're crystal clear. But the dog, inevitably, at dog level, there's the nose prints. Mm-hmm. Because the dogs, for whatever reason, when they look out the window,
that'll make you do it. Yeah.
They must have contact with the window. So, Like the bottom fourth of all the windows just have
Well,
all
I'll also
stuff.
do the Windex thing on the inside of the windows.
Yeah.
And get all that taken care of, look shiny and beautiful. And then the sun will come out and shine through those windows, and I'll see all the smears and all the things that I did not get, that I did not see. I'm just like, I sit there, I'm like, I got to get up and do this again.
I got to clean out the inside windows of my car.
I was thinking the exact same thing, too.
Yeah.
Like, sometimes, I don't know, like, I feel like the windshield on the inside just gets like a film on it.
It does.
It does.
All right. It basically gets dust on the inside, and that builds up after a while. So you'll probably have to run over that thing. If you grab like Windex and just hit it yourself, you'll probably have to do a couple different passes to avoid what Miles was saying, those streaks during the sun season.
Yeah. One of my neighbors was out there, and I was like, yeah, it does happen to mine. She was like, you should clean it. And I was like, that's a great idea.
Yeah, that is an idea right there. As far as cleaning your own windows, they say 2 to 4 times a year. Wind-blown dust and dirt can actually etch glass, and these imperfections naturally collect grime over time. Dirty window screens can make the problem even worse. So, some more things that you're not cleaning enough. When's the last time you guys cleaned your dishwasher?
I just do dishes and hope that it kind of cleans itself.
I wouldn't think to clean that.
No.
Some of them, I think, have a cleaning setting on there.
Okay. I think mine might, but even that said, I don't know that I've used it.
So they say aim to clean your dishwasher once a month or even every other month if you don't use it that often. They say, quote, pay special attention to the drain strainer and floor of the dishwasher. Use self-cleaning mode if your dishwasher has one. If it doesn't have this feature, just use vinegar. It's a great natural cleaner to remove the buildup of detergents or hard water stains.
I do look at the catch, the screen on it.
Yeah.
That I will clean out, but I never thought to clean the actual interior.
Yeah.
Which I guess makes sense, right? Because you clean inside your bathtub.
True.
Yeah.
But I'm with you. And every time I take out dishes, like, God damn, it's clean as hell in here.
Look at that. When's the last time you guys cleaned? This one's going to hit the germaphobes. Your remote control.
Ooh, never.
Yeah.
Never.
I mean, I wiped it off
twice a year.
All right.
But it's like I'm in super cleaning mode, so anything that's in the home gets cleaned. But
sure,
it's not something I'm religious about. It's not something top of mind. I'm just in that mindset.
You ever go over to that person's house that their remote is just all messed up?
Sticky.
Yeah.
Mike, do you have is wall switches and outlets on there too?
Hang on to that thought there, Miles.
Okay. Easy. Okay, I'm just saying that's one of my pet peeves.
They say once a week, wipe down your remotes with disinfecting wipes to kill germs, especially during cold and flu season.
Mm-hmm.
They are just an absolute cesspool, man. Yeah. Wipe down your doggone remotes. The ceiling of your microwave. Maybe the microwave at work.
I don't have a microwave, but I was pretty good about it because for whatever reason, anything you cook in a microwave seems like it's done when it explodes.
My parents kind of enforced us cleaning the microwave when we were kids, and that has made me. We had a doggone microwave plate cover.
Yeah.
That we've had since I've been in like Issaquah. Like I've had that for years because I don't. It gets disgusting in there. I would rather just clean that thing off, something that I can take out into the sink and clean that off versus having to get in there and actually muscle into the.
I used to try to just
saying
clean
like the inside.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
I thought you meant like on top of the microwave.
No, inside the ceiling. Of the microwave.
I would try to wipe it down every time I used it when I had one because to me I just treated it like a dirty plate.
Yeah.
Like I'm not going to leave this plate for 8 months, so like just wipe it down before it gets all hard.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it's fun. Yeah, like I have one now, but for years I didn't, and like I still just don't use it that often.
Yeah,
I feel like I end up it's either melting cheese real quick or like just a quick reheat on something.
Yeah, got to be aware of the pops though. If you're like melting butter or like you said cheese, that one pop,
yeah,
all of a sudden it's all over the room.
And I had to do it the other night, right? Because I melted just a little pat of butter to have with my Dungeness crab.
There you go. Ooh. They say give it a weekly wash. Let's see here. Combine a quarter cup of vinegar and a cup of water in a microwave safe bowl. Zap the solution for 3 minutes and then wipe it all down. Your silverware tray. Once a month, remove all of your silverware from the tray. Dump out the debris over your trash can or sink. They say mix 2 parts water, 1 part distilled vinegar in a spray bottle or bowl and use that to wipe out the container. Just clean it out in the sink.
I never even thought to do that.
I would say, again, I don't think they do that because usually you just take everything out of the dishwasher and put it in the tray.
Exactly. But I guarantee if you look at it, there's dust, there's little crumbs, there's little nuggets in there.
I don't want to look close.
I know.
I want to know.
Yeah. When's the last time that you cleaned between your oven and cabinets?
I'm actually pretty good about that.
Really?
I'm an anal cleaner, man.
Okay.
I mean, this is
Good
the way
man.
I was. I need to be satisfied to a certain degree and it's one of those things that sucks to spend 3 hours doing all this cleaning, and no one can tell. Right. You know what's clean.
Because you got that crumb groove out of there now.
Right, and all that kind of stuff. Nobody knows.
They say every time you clean your stovetop or on an as-needed basis, clean out from between the stove and the countertops. There's all kinds of grease and hair and nasty that is
It's terrible. It is awful what you're
stuff.
finding there.
Oh, God. The floors under your furniture.
No. No, I'm just admitting it. No,
Right.
Because
No,
man, when you do, you're like, last time I did that, I found a turd from Dr. Gomez. I think I told you guys about this. That thing had to be under there for a year and a half, 2 years.
Right.
I mean, he's dead.
I think it matters
So
too if
there's
you have carpet or hardwoods.
Hardwood.
My place I have hardwood now. It's so easy just to slide
Just
stuff.
push it, yeah.
Yeah.
Yep.
And you're just sweeping. But like every other place where I had carpet, it was rare you'd really get under there. And then you find something that just like
the carpet's a different color. I mean, everything.
Well, and I'll admit I did get pretty good about this. Is I always did the floors, and it was a once a week thing, and I had my day, and there was once a month, which is what they recommend once a month. Just move everything. Just get that hard nosed. Let's move the couch. Let's move the chairs. Let's move the table. Get out from underneath it. Your ceiling fan blades.
Oh, anything that has blades, I'm pretty good about cleaning.
I don't have a ceiling
Because just
fan.
staring at dust on things that
Kills you.
blow or circulate around the house, I'm like, no.
Yeah.
Then I wonder, how did all the dust get up there? It's all pet dander and human skin cells. Like, how did you end up 8 feet in the air?
By golly, Miles, I thought that this thing actually did have light switches on there. It's not, but maybe it was a different list that I was looking at. But yes, absolutely clean your light switches.
Mike, someone wants to know on the text line if you can isolate my phrase saying I'm an anal cleaner. That way, because out of context means something entirely different.
Taz, are you hearing that, Taz?
Go in once a week for that treatment.
As far as your fan blades, they say once a month or so, depending on the season and how dirty they get. Disconnect the power to the fan. Disconnect the power to the fan. And position your ladder underneath. Slip the pillowcase over each blade, one at a time, to pull the dust to you, catching the debris inside of the pillowcase.
Okay.
Which brings us to our number one thing that you are probably not cleaning enough inside of your home. When's the last time that you guys cleaned? Your pillow.
The pillow itself?
How do you do that?
Pillow itself.
How do you do that?
I haven't.
So here's what they say. They say it says you should wash your pillows twice a year. Check the tag first. Some pillows, like those made from foam, can't be machine washed. Luckily, any type of pillow from feathers to polyester to foam can be hand washed. Fill your bathtub with warm water and a few drops of detergent. Submerge the pillow and gently squeeze. Rinse well. I've actually just thrown my pillows into the wash before. You got to be careful when it comes to cotton because it'll lump in certain places.
Right.
But I don't really care, so I do it anyway. But I've seen that there was a trend there for a while of people. What was it called? It was basically that's what they were doing. They were shocking their pillows or something like that. They were just putting it into the bathtub, pouring a bunch of detergent and letting it sit for like an hour, so it just leached all that stuff out of there. And there was some funky tubs for a while.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, clean up your pillows there. So some things that you're not cleaning on a regular basis. Miles, a man in California, was the lucky winner of a $44 million lottery jackpot, but he still hasn't seen one red cent in over 2 months.
Why is that?
Tell you all about it at 5:50.
Thank you, sir. Headlines are coming at 5:50. In the meantime, let's get a contestant on the line for Profile This at 206-803-ROCK. Have we made it to drinking time?
Terms and conditions apply. For full details, see unlock.com/legal. Actor portrayal.
Lisa, thanks for having me over. Your new kitchen is gorgeous. How did you find the money to do it?
We worked with this great company, Unlock. They help you unlock the future value of your home to get the cash you need today.
So it's a home equity loan?
No, it's not a loan at all. There's no monthly payments and no interest charges ever. And you can use the money however you want. We were able to redo our kitchen and pay off our credit card debt.
Wow, Jack and I could really use this to finally pay off our old student loan debt. How do I get started?
It's easy. Just go to their website.
Go to unlock.com/radio to unlock the value in your home and get up to $500,000 in cash with no monthly payments and no interest ever. Pay off debt, improve your home, add to your retirement fund. It's up to you. Go to unlock.com/radio right now to see if you qualify to unlock the value in your home. That's unlock.com/radio. Go to unlock.com/radio.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Getting help for mental health shouldn't be as hard as it is. Thankfully, Mindful Therapy Group is here to make your mental health journey as painless as possible. Be seen in as little as 48 hours for in-person or telehealth appointments. Mindful partners with thousands of licensed clinicians to find the perfect fit for you. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance, so you can focus on you and not your wallet. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday fashion gifts, like cozy fits and stylish shirts. You'll have money left over for those aviators that make you feel like a maverick. Or that ugly holiday sweater that's like really ugly.
OMG, that's like really ugly.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now. Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the kids, like arts, crafts, games, and tech. You'll have money left over for some new board games to boost the kids' confidence.
You won again.
Or that multi-voice changing megaphone so you can really spread the cheer.
Happy holidays.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Hey, anyone know what channel the game's on? We know. Download the Sports on What app today and always know how to watch the game. Satellite, cable, or streaming. Sports on What knows the channel the game is on, and you can too. Subscribe today to start your 7-day free trial. Sports on What? We know.
Somebody out there deserves to be recognized. And the men's room knows just who it is. So to you, we say, bottoms up, sailor. You're the toast of our shot of the day.
Big time it is, and as usual, we head to the drink desk and Steve a Thrill Hill to find out who we're toasting.
Yes, indeed. And today we toast indie singer Loomis, who I had not heard of until just today. Just, you know, all presidential candidates that do not have the last name Trump or Harris, they had a debate last Wednesday at the Free and Equal Elections Foundation debate, right? And it featured multiple third-party candidates, but what made it memorable was a rendition of our national anthem. It was performed by our honoree Loomis. So it is a notoriously difficult song to sing, but she started singing it, but she got to the line, "The Rocket's Red Glare." When she got there, her voice cracked. Then she said, I effed up, and then she asked if she started over. So, hey, man, can I do this again? Well, that's when the voice off stage explained that the broadcast and her performance, yeah, it's live. Sure, it's on C-SPAN, so no one would know that, but it was live. So she just kind of powered through, looking very embarrassed when she realized she made it worse, and then walked off stage. Now, everyone gave her a round of applause, pity applause, and then she finally issued an apology yesterday. She said, look, I got nervous, I just panicked, and I felt bad because my family was watching, including my dad, who's an Army veteran.
Oh, no.
So the whole thing, like people screw the song up all the time, but she was just like, oh, hey, man, I effed up. Guys, I effed up. Can we start over? And you're like, it's a live broadcast.
I saw that video, and it is cringeworthy.
Yeah.
Bad.
I mean, you just feel bad.
Maybe
for
we'll
it.
listen to it in TV time.
Well, all right. In the meantime, let's drink. So we pour this booze, and we drink this booze because we think it's yummy.
Yummy.
So over the tongue and down the throat to party in our tummies. Down the hola bijola.
The Men's Room presents Profile This.
And Stephen Throho, could you please tell everyone how Profile This is played?
I sure can, Miles. It's a simple game where we share with you a real-life news story, something that happened right here on planet Earth. And as you listen to the story, based on the stereotypes you believe to be true of people and the decisions that people make, we'll ask you what it is you think makes the story a story. Hello, Dave. Welcome to the Men's Room.
Hola, bitches.
Hola. All right, Dave, you understand how this here game is played?
Yes, I do.
Fantastic. You have a choice of one of three categories. Today, we offer you interior decorating, where you guess the foreign object that ended up on the inside of someone. Hit me with your best shot, where you guess the unconventional object that someone chose to use as a weapon. And finally, Animalize This, where you guess the animal responsible for causing the problem.
We'll go with Animalize This.
All right, a 3-year-old is recovering after being scratched by a service animal inside of an Indiana Walmart. The incident occurred last Wednesday afternoon inside the Walmart Supercenter in Bedford, Indiana. Local police responded to the incident. Now, Bedford Police Chief Terry Moore, he confirmed that a 3-year-old was scratched by a 16-year-old animal. Chief Moore said that the parents of the child declined medical treatment at the scene. But a woman identifying herself as the child's mother said that the animal's owner showed paperwork for an emotional support animal. However, she said the paperwork was actually registered to a dog, not the animal that she actually had with her at the store. Now, the animal that she was with her, it did have a leash attached to it, but the mother says, quote, an animal should have never been in the store. It scratched and hurt my baby for no reason, and the animal wasn't even seized. We weren't facing it, didn't know it was in the store. We did not have any snacks, and in no way did we provoke it. The woman said she's now hoping that Indiana lawmakers change the rules surrounding pet animals being allowed in public, saying she hopes wild animals are more regulated. It is unclear if a police report was filed, but the question is, what was the emotional support animal that scratched the kid? Was it a llama? Was it an alligator? Was it a cockatoo? Or was it a monkey? So llama, alligator, cockatoo, or monkey, what was the emotional support animal that scratched the 3-year-old at Walmart?
Man, I can't picture any of those walking around Walmart on a leash.
I can picture all of them.
Yeah, at Walmart in particular, yes.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are you guys thinking?
You see monkeys on leashes, I feel like, when they're pets. So that makes sense. Cockatoo is just a bird, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yep.
Yeah, you don't really see a lot of birds on leashes.
Well, I think you've got to take it into a store with it. I mean, I don't know if it's, quote-unquote, your emotional support.
The llama's so big, I feel like you'd see it. I don't know. I think it's a tiny little monkey.
Tiny little monkey.
Sneaking around. Spider monkey.
Dave, I'm going to go cockatoo. Or 3.
I think a cockatoo, too, because I don't think they're going to let an alligator walk around on a leash and they're in a llama.
Oh, you haven't been to Walmart in Florida.
Yeah, brother, trust me. There are people
there
with
was
alligators
a guy
on
in
leashes.
Maryland who tried to take his emotional support gator into an Orioles game.
Just for the hell of it, I'll go gator then.
Gator for Dave. All right, Dave, way to go for it. What did this 3-year-old get scratched by? A llama, an alligator, a cockatoo, or a monkey? We'll find out next.
That was a tease.
99.9 KISW. We return to the men's room with Miles and Thrill.
Categories Analyze This on Profile This. We got a 3-year-old who's recovering after being scratched by a 16-year-old service animal. Actually, it was not a service animal. There was no documentation that this animal was. The dog the family had was.
Yeah, she had documentation that she had a service animal dog, but that's not what she brought with her to Walmart.
Right, that scratched the 3-year-old kid who is recovering. Question is, what scratched this kid? A llama, an alligator, a cockatoo, or a monkey?
All reasonable options there. Mr. Montgomery, let us start with you. You went with the old cockatoo.
I did.
Or 3. It was not bad. Now, Dave, originally you were thinking cockatoo, but in the end you said gator. And like Ted pointed out, a guy tried to get into an Orioles game with his emotional support gator.
Gator.
It turns out it did not work out for him. However, not a gator this time, Dave. And then, Ted, you went with a monkey.
Monkey.
You are correct.
Let's go.
Okay. I'll be there.
Well, it snuck up on a kid, right?
Yeah, I don't know if it was on the floor on the leash or if it's up on her shoulder or whatever, but like the mom and her kid didn't even know it was there until it scratched the kid. Wow.
That seems awful.
Yeah, man. Monkey, I'm telling you, man, they might be cute. They look kind of funny. Don't trust those sons of bitches.
You're already in Walmart. Don't make it worse. Now, for all TV news all the time, it is time for TV Time with Ted.
And now, because your pathetic life is confined to countless hours in front of a talking box, the Men's Room presents TV Time with Ted.
What do you got there? One of them Walmart monkeys?
Oh, damn.
Oh, actually, I got it at Sears.
Oh, no. Sears.
I feel like the Walmart monkey would be a better monkey than the Sears monkey.
Yes.
Yeah, but the Sears monkey can change a tire. He's a working man.
The Sears monkey would be the better monkey. However, the Walmart monkey's a better deal.
You know what? Good point.
You know what you're getting with the Walmart monkey.
With discount monkeys.
Where'd you get your monkey? I got it at the dollar store. Yeah, man. Your monkey doesn't look okay. Like, he's not.
He's got one eye missing.
Yeah, right. Kind of slumps around. He looks like Chunk from the Goonies.
Dollar store monkey. That's a band.
Miles knows. His buddy had a dollar store monkey.
That's right. It's $1.29 now. He's still upset about that.
Well, actually, it was $3. It's like, all right, either way.
Doesn't wear the diaper, just takes it off and throws it at you.
Yeah, we're replaced by a monkey man. All right. Does anybody watch Only Murderers in the Building?
Yeah.
All right. It's supposed to be pretty funny.
It's funny. It's so stupid, but it is funny.
Have you heard the rumors that Martin Short's been getting it on with Meryl Streep?
Oh, yeah.
I heard something about that. She kind of played his love interest or whatever.
They've been playing hide the Timbits.
You know, and it's fine, whatever. But then, I read something over the summer or whatever, like they might be, doing the thing.
So we don't know if they are or not, but apparently for Meryl Streep, there was a romantic scene with Martin Short, and they asked her about it. She said she cried afterwards.
That's a good sign.
Well, basically, she was like, look, in this business, I'm in my 70s, right? Like, they don't give romantic leads to people my age.
Sure.
Either do they with Ed Grimley.
Right. Martin Short ain't getting them either, but, yeah, they did.
So that's why she got so emotional. I was like, I didn't think I'd be able to play a romantic lead again.
No, you know what?
Maybe her and Martin Short have that chemistry.
You know what his nickname is?
What?
Martin Short and Long.
Short and thick.
Yeah. Sorry, Mike. Sorry.
Tuna can.
Dude, they do call me the tuna can. Hey, Meryl.
I also recommend, I say it every time, it is a god-awful movie that is awesome. Clifford.
Which one was that?
He plays a small psycho child. He's visiting his uncle. Me and my mom love this movie.
Right.
It is very fun.
I like Google that.
I was just thinking the Big Red Dog. It's the only Clifford I know.
Right?
You never saw Clifford either?
No.
Oh, Miles. Do you like Martin Short?
Yeah.
I think if you really just focused and locked in, I think it's only like 90 minutes, right? Because who else is in it?
Charles Grodin.
Charles Grodin is like his uncle.
Mary Steenburgen, I recognize her.
Right.
Dabney Coleman.
Yeah, like basically this kid is just like a kid from hell. He's not, he is bad. He doesn't behave. His parents drop him off with the uncle. He's obsessed with going to like Dinosaur World. It's supposed to be like Disney World or whatever. But it goes off the rails very quickly.
Okay.
All right, Thrill, earlier today for the shot of the day, you were talking about the woman that was singing the national anthem.
Loomis, yeah.
I had never heard of her either. I had already actually thrown this in there. So when you hear the audio of it, I mean, she does stop, but like, I think that's just a dude running the camera because you hear him go, it's live.
Yeah.
Who's brought stripes and bright stars through the perilous fight for the ramparts we watched were so gallantly streaming, and the rockets Can I go back? Can I go back, please? And then I got too nervous. Gave proof through the night that our flag was still there.
Well,
yeah. I like this. As soon as he said it's live, she just went back to it.
Yeah.
In her defense, right, she apologized. Yeah. She said, like, her dad was in the Army. Also, like, when she can't get off that stage quick enough when it ends.
Mm-hmm. The good news is no one saw it.
Yeah,
but now they all did because you dropped the F-bomb.
That's the irony. It's on C-SPAN, so no one saw it live.
Exactly.
But everyone saw it post-fact.
And I'm with you, because I was racking my brain when I saw this yesterday. I was like, wait a minute. There hadn't been a debate. Trump was on Rogan.
Right.
I'm like, what is this? And I'm like, it's not Vance and Waltz. But, yeah.
Yeah, third party debate, yeah.
Was JFK Jr. there?
I don't know.
RFK. All right. The other... That was a bad impression of him. The other audio I have in here today is just, listen, I have watched a ton of sports. Okay? Friday... Get home, right? There's going to be college football on that I'm excited about. But it's game one of the World Series. Credit to you, Thrill. I kept saying, I don't care who wins, hope both teams lose. You're like, they could be a good series. I did not realize that nobody has ever walked off a grand slam in the World Series.
And that's crazy.
Yeah, so here's what it sounded like.
The bases will be loaded here for Freddie Freeman with the Dodgers down 3-2 and down to their last out in game one. Cortez delivers. Freeman hits the ball to right field. She is gone! Gimme! Meet Freddie! Game one of the World Series!
That's stuff you are 5 years old in the backyard right there. And that's a dream come true.
Obviously, that's some of the music in the background from The Natural.
Yes, exactly. I was going to say that. Robert Redford rounds the bases.
But like we were saying, man, like I literally, I was watching the game, then I got up to use the bathroom. Otani was at the plate, and I was like, oh, damn it. Like, I got to go. And then I came out in that first pitch, and I just, like I was saying, like I just was standing in the living room. I just went, wow. Like, that is just unreal excitement and good for baseball.
The only way that that's not your childhood dream is that it wasn't the seventh game of the World Series.
Right. Well, that's it.
Like every little kid has put themselves in that position. I'm going to swing at this. We're down 3. What are the chances of a grand slam? But for it to actually happen, and for as long as baseball's been around, the fact that that has never happened in the history of that sport is amazing to me.
Also, just keep watching until the 9th inning. I mean, both those games could have changed in the 9th inning, and one did and one did not. But I mean, the Yankees were coming in game 2, so that got exciting at the end of that game as well.
They had the bags loaded in the top of the ninth.
That's
like
what I'm saying. You're thinking to yourself, oh, here we go.
Well, and I have some friends that are better at baseball than I am, and like my one buddy just texted me. He was like scouting reports. Right, he just knew where that first pitch was going, and just turned on it and connected. Just like, wow. But I'm with you though. You're right. Both games have been good. Third game is on right now today. That's in New York City. Plus the other thing, man, like I don't know if you noticed, but like they brought out Ice Cube and he was singing "It's a Good Day." Yeah. So I know today in New York they brought out Fat Joe, which I like Fat Joe, but he's not Ice Cube,
right?
And frankly, Fat Joe's never had a song as popular probably as that Ice Cube song. But yeah, L.A. was rocking. I don't know if you saw this. SC was hosting Rutgers, classic Big Ten stuff, right down the road. So they didn't have any screens on in the Coliseums. It's an old dump. But
that is a crappy building.
Yeah. But you could just see the fans in the stands, all their Dodger gear or SC gear, just start getting up and cheering. Because obviously, you know, it's like me, right? I can watch sports on my Xfinity app, and, you know, everybody just saw it. They started going crazy.
That's pretty cool, though. That it's not on the screen. It's just kind of like word of mouth or your phone dinging and all that kind of thing.
It's also wild to me. Like, that game, and I get it. Fox did a good job. They're like, screw it. We'll put this football game on afterwards. But, I mean, that game didn't – that college football game I watched the Boise State UNLV game. Much better game. Boise's very good.
Yeah.
That game didn't end till, 11-something our time? That's over 2 in the morning on the East Coast.
But that's why, like, when the Pac-10 and Pac-12 existed, you know, man, we don't get a lot of East Coast love. Like, it's not bad. They know your record, but it's hard to stay up that late every weekend to watch the end of those games.
Correct.
You know, the game starts at 10:30 p.m. on the East Coast, and it's Saturday. You've already been drinking and watching college football anyway. So, I mean, Like on a night I couldn't sleep when I still lived in Baltimore, that's when I saw Pac-10 football.
Especially with this 6:30, 7 o'clock kickoff and a night game on the West Coast.
Well, I was telling Mike, I mean, even a few years ago, I was up on Cape Cod for one of my cousin's weddings or whatever. Don't really think about it, but the Huskies are playing one of those Friday night Pac-12 after dark games. So after the rehearsal dinner and everything, I'm like, hey, let's go to that bar and watch that game. Well, now they're closing, right? Last call's like 1:30. That game's still on. And I even said to the guy, I was like, I'm not going to drink anymore. Like, can I just, he's like, no, you can't stay in here. He's like, I'm closing my bar.
Go to your room.
Yeah, exactly. So those things are a little tough. Let's talk a little bit about the Sounders. First round of the playoffs. I don't know what the MLS is doing. They're always messing with that thing.
Why do they change how to win a championship every year? You know, consistency, whether you like certain rules or not, just if you know it's consistent, that's where your interest is. You know, they've mixed it up.
You gotta line up something, right? Look, they're never gonna go with the general European version, right? Which is you win the league if you have the most points at the end of the year. Right? Mm-hmm. That's all it is. Mm-hmm. Now, when you have tournaments like Champions League, even UEFA Champions League, there is different rounds, right? So, like, you have group stages, then you have home and homes with aggregate scoring, and then the championship, usually the final is just going to be a one-off.
Yeah.
This stuff this year, me and Cass were talking about, is insanity, right? It's 3 games, no ties, no extra time, right? So if there's 90 minutes, then you have extra time. Not anymore.
Let's go straight to what? PKs?
They go to kicks.
Okay.
And it's like, well, somebody's got to win this thing. Like, sometimes I just want to be like, because the problem is, I think by this point in our country, you have soccer fans. Like, trying to Americanize that sport, like, I don't know who you're appealing to. Because you're just annoying people that actually know soccer or watch other leagues. And then people that are trying to get into it, like, at least be consistent. Even if you're going to have an effed up system,
just be consistent.
Stick with it, right? What do we always say about bad refs, right? You could get a bad ref, especially in like baseball, right? That guy's calling low strikes. But if he calls that low strike for both teams for 9 innings, I go, all right.
It's still fair.
I can adjust to it.
If I'm in the home office, though, back to what we always said, I don't care if I do care if they change the rules because it's hard to keep up. But if they said, hey, is there anything going on Monday night? You go, yeah, man, you got the World Series. They say, is anything going on in Lumen on Tuesday night? And they get, nah. And they get, why don't we do it then?
So there is rumors that they're actually talking about switching up the season timing. Because I say this every year. I watch the MLS. America is a football country.
Yeah, Monday Night Football's on as well.
You can't end and have your championship game in late November or early December when you have college championship games, you have the NFL in full throw. Like, you're just not going to beat it. Hell, look at NASCAR. Their ratings get hammered by the time you get to the fall.
Absolutely.
Right? Look at golf doesn't even bother. No. Golf's like, yeah. Like, we're done with the real tournaments by September.
Because no one's watching.
Yeah. Let's see. So the good news is that game is on FS1 if you want to watch the Sounders. Got to talk a little bit about the Seahawks. Do we? They absolutely sucked. I don't know that I seen a team get dominated, A, on offense, B, on defense, and then C, just to yourself. Undisciplined. Coach McDonald, I like you. But Jesus, man. The boys, you got to learn to tackle. This week's practice should just be tackling drills. And then for the offense, let's snap the ball. we have trouble snapping the ball.
Why don't the Seahawks do a scrimmage with the Ravens? Because both of them need to reflect a little bit.
They snapped the ball. He just took his right foot back and stepped on Gino's foot.
And when they were on the goal line before that, he snapped it over his head.
Oh, that's right. That is right. Yep.
Yeah. The only consistent thing on that team is Dixon. He's the punter.
It's because he gets to play a lot.
They actually pointed that out. Like, he's a really good player.
And it's just a bad weekend for your boy, right? Got up to watch the Huskies. They lose. Roll into Maryland.
In all fairness, Indiana's a pretty good team.
Indiana is, but the Huskies were bad. Maryland was bad. Then the Seahawks sucked. And I know this is going to be super nerdy. If it's 4th and 1 and it's college or pro, line up underneath the goddamn center.
Yes.
Why are we doing this from shotgun and making it 4th and 5 or 4th and 6?
People scream about that every week. There is the team, and it's 4th and goal, 4th and 1, just like you said. But even the broadcasters are like, they're in shotgun. Their point is, this is a bad idea.
Now, if you do like all kinds of sports, you're in luck, right? You got your Sounders playing on FS1. You got the World Series over on Fox. You got Monday Night Football on ABC and ESPN.
Go Giants.
Yes.
I know.
Yeah, well, the NFL is so weird. Pittsburgh should win that game. I'm going to go on a
will.
limb and say Giants will win somehow.
No, because Pittsburgh is Pittsburgh.
You got hockey going on. You got NBA, man. It's a great time of year.
It's everything. Thank you, Ted. We appreciate it. You're listening.
We know what they really want this holiday. The perfect pleasure present from Lovers. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and grab something to satisfy yourself, too. Lovers has all the toys and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for the hottest holiday gifting. Mention presents for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Jordan B. Peterson, We Who Wrestle with God Tour.
If you say the truth and nothing else, you'll have an immense adventure as a consequence. You won't know what's going to happen to you, but the truth will reveal the world the way it's intended to be revealed, and the consequence for you will be that you'll have the adventure of your life.
Live across North America in 2025. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the pain out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our mental health providers are here for you, with both in-person and telehealth options to get you seen in as little as 48 hours. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday fashion gifts, like cozy fits and stylish shirts. You'll have money left over for those aviators that make you feel like a maverick. Or that ugly holiday sweater that's like really ugly.
OMG, that's like really ugly.
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.
To the men's room.
The men's room returns with Miles and Thrill. Now, let's see what's happening in the real world.
All right, here we go. Man finds $20 and buys a lottery ticket. Because I'm telling you all this, you know the rest. Meanwhile, another man wins $44 million in the lottery, but getting paid is making him stressed. Cheesemaker gets ripped off as someone stole 50,000 pounds of cheddar.
Monger.
I would not put my money on a Elantra going 120 if I was a bettor. And a noodle critic in Japan has eaten top ramen every day for 30 years. It's time for your headline.
Now, it's time to hit the headlines. Here's my cock.
It's not every day that our offline conversations bleed over into the show.
Yeah.
Our top story, we got to California, where an Orange County man is expressing some frustration with the lottery system. He's a regular player of the lottery and finally struck gold while playing the Powerball, matching all the proper numbers to award him a $44 million jackpot. Wow. But now he's going to the media to blow off some steam about the hardship of being a winner of such a large sum. He says the offices never tell you just how long you need to wait in order to get your winnings, leaving the time frame open-ended, and you as the winner guessing when you're going to get paid. A representative for the office said that the quickest winner will get their money in 4 weeks, and that's even rare. Going on to say that their goal is to take between 6 to 8 weeks to get winnings out, but that's not always the case.
I mean, I get where he's coming from, but the flip side is like, hey,
$44 million
in a month or so. You know, I understand it's like a kid on Christmas Eve. I know it's hard to sleep that night, buddy.
And he
but
says
if you just wait, something good's going to happen.
He said it's been like 10 weeks or something like that, maybe 9 weeks that he's been without, that he hasn't gotten his winnings. But
I wonder if his situation's more like, look, I quit my job.
Right.
But the bills still come in, right? And so, you know, American Express is like, yeah, that's cool that you won. We want our money.
Right.
There has to be some way, though, to take out money.
I would think you can get
like a giant
pretty
loan
good
or
loan.
something. Yeah, right.
Here's my winning lottery ticket. Like, unless you're taking a loan out for $50 million, I think any reasonable loan you're looking to do, you can cover that.
And what exactly are they processing? Because they tell us what the number is.
Mm-hmm.
You know, when he won, they said, okay, you win this much. Therefore, you've collected our lottery bets, if you will.
Right.
And now you've established that, okay, now you win this from this pot that I've got here. Hey, hang on. I need to hold on to this for like 3 months.
I don't know. I mean, sometimes it's bureaucracy. Sometimes also, keep in mind, like, you ever notice your pay period ends before you get a paycheck? But part of the reason is when that money sits in the bank, you collect that extra interest.
Sure.
So when you have that money, I mean, if I'm the lottery, like, we're going to give you $44 million. $44 million sitting in the bank is a lot of interest in 10 weeks.
Yeah.
So just kind of cover our own ass.
Just going to hang on here for a second.
Yeah.
Right. Yeah, but I'm kind of on the side of you got $44 million.
Pay him.
Anyway.
Pay the man.
Pay him, but also don't cry to me with your $44 million. I don't have my millions yet.
Both of those things,
I quit my job. It's like, yeah, that's an expression people use. That, oh, yeah, you wouldn't see me at work tomorrow. Like, even if that's the case.
Well, now you know.
Have your stuff figured out.
You can see me for the next 10 weeks.
I mean, I would just call somebody and be like, look, you know I'm good for $44 million.
Nah, man. Nope. Not doing it.
You know what? Take back the car. Just go ahead and repo the car.
Because I'm buying another one.
That's right. Cash. In other news, over in the UK, a dairy in London has been duped. We covered this earlier today. They've been working with a distributor for a major French retailer who wanted to purchase a large quantity of delicious cheddar cheese. Or so they thought. The distributor turned out to be a con artist that managed to swindle the dairy company out of 22 metric tons of the award-winning cheese. That's why it was so expensive, which held a grand total value of just under 400,000 American dollars. Detectives at Scotland Yard and international authorities are both involved in tracking down the cheese, and they've asked retailers in the area to be on the lookout for the stolen goods.
Well, not only that, there's drugs, there's money laundering, there's human trafficking. Our cheese bureau.
They put in the order months ago, like 8 months ago.
Yeah.
So whatever it takes a long time to just make. You don't just make cheese and it's there to the next day, right? So they put this order and they hired like 3 or 4 extra employees to become full-time cheesemakers just to fill this one order.
Oh, wow.
So they hired extra staff because the order was so large.
Right.
And then they pay those guys, they ship it all out. Next thing you know, cheese is gone. They have no idea where the hell it is.
Dude.
What happened to my cheese?
And this is good cheese. Like, imagine.
It must be.
Imagine like 22 tons of Cougar Gold and just like gone.
That's exactly
That ain't craft singles.
Right.
I'd invite you over for stolen cheese, Mike.
Thank you, Ted.
Yeah.
Can you have stolen cheese night?
Yeah.
Cheese night.
Well, just gotta be careful who I invite.
That's
Well,
right.
sure.
I don't want the streets knowing.
Ted throws these
Ted got
underground
that cheese.
charcuterie parties. A man in Japan.
This is horse jerky.
Oh, damn.
Horse jerky.
Ever have dolphin? Yesterday, this animal's endangered. Today, it's extinct. Eat up, boys.
You ever had penguin nuggets? Don't ask. Don't ask, man. A man in Japan chased his dream and made quite the career for himself. He's a former illustrator with a degree in engineering and gave up both directions to pursue his passion, ramen noodles.
Okay.
He says that he woke up to instant noodle love and set forth to become an instant noodle critic. Since then, he's had instant ramen noodles daily for the last 30 years, consuming over 10,000 cup of noodles. At the age of 65, the career path was a success, and he's living his life happy.
Hey, man, I'm glad it worked out for you.
Right? Look, I get down on some ramen noodles,
Me too.
and I go wild down that aisle from time to time. Like, let me try this one, but damn.
I feel like
It's hard to be critical just because of what it is.
But I feel like if you make that decision to pursue that, you waited for your parents to die. Right? Because your parents are still, I'm sorry, you're
What
quitting
are
your
you-
job to pursue what?
What are you doing, Steven?
Right.
You'll be back on our couch in no time. Got it. A man bound for seasonal activities found himself in handcuffs after he didn't want to take too long to get there. An officer on patrol along the freeway in Connecticut spotted a man moving at a high rate of speed along the highway and gave chase. While catching up to the driver, the officer noted that the man was flying at an impressive 118 miles an hour. In a Hyundai.
I know Hyundais are good cars. I just didn't know they could go that fast.
He did yield to the officer after he put the lights on, which is good, but he ultimately was arrested for reckless driving. He says that he was driving to Salem for Halloween
Do you think that the other officers, because I call in like, we got a live pursuit right now on highway, blah, 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 blah. I'll give a description of the vehicle. I swear to guys, it's a Hyundai.
Right.
I'm sorry, it sounded like you said Hyundai. It is a Hyundai.
I swear,
It sounded like you said he's going 118 miles an hour. Guys, he's going 118 miles an hour in a Hyundai.
Hyundai. It's a doggone Kona. It's a rocket.
I didn't know either.
But just in case those stories have a bad taste in your mouth,
Thankfully, there's good news.
Thank you, Alan. To North Carolina, where one man knows how to invest his money. He was walking through a parking lot when he happened upon a $20 bill that had been dropped. Score. He scooped up the cash and walked away a happy man, only to end up in a convenience store where he hatched a brilliant plan and bought himself a lotto scratcher while in the store and increased his winning from a meager 20 to an astounding $1 million jackpot.
Nice.
He elected to take the lump sum of his winnings and says that his family and him are going to be going to Golden Corral where they're going to eat everything that they got.
Yes, I love that. We're millionaires.
Let's just go to Golden Corral.
I'll take one Golden Corral, please.
That's right.
But you bought the whole restaurant.
Give us all your food. As far as men's room sports here, I'm not going to touch too much on the display that the Seahawks put on yesterday afternoon here at home, other than to say that the team came together to beat the Falcons. It was not the team that we saw on the field yesterday. And the worst stat of the game, Michael Dixon, he had more yards than our entire offense.
Good God.
We did give Josh Allen his first interception, though, so
there's something.
I'm going to call that there.
Which is amazing. That guy had not thrown a pick.
What are you going to watch tonight? You've got basketball over on NBA Network. Game 3 of the World Series over on Fox. The Dodgers are currently up 2-0 in that series, and they're currently up in that game as well, looking to make it 3-0. Monday Night Football between the Giants and the Steelers is on ABC and ESPN, and your Seattle Sounders in Game 1 of the playoffs here at home against Houston is underway over on FS1. As far as your weather, showers this evening with overcast skies overnight, leading into cloudy early tomorrow with a partial sunshine later on and a high of 55. That's it for headlines with that, Mike Hawkins.
Thank you, sir. We appreciate it. We get spooky tomorrow with Sit and Spin. The lovely Jolene's up next.
Yes, indeed. It's all true. But in the meantime, well, we be all about this bitch. So until next time, please do what you do best. And for Aletha's sake, stay beautiful.
The Men's Room has been taped before a live studio audience. Wardrobe and makeup provided by Mantastic Limited. This has been a presentation of the Men's Room Radio Network. Oh, man! A Double Flush production.
At Lovers, you can get what you really want this holiday, a perfect pleasure present. Find a sexy gift for a loved one and pick up something indulgent for yourself. Lovers has lingerie, toys, and accessories for every desire. Lovers Rewards members can win a holiday sweepstakes grand prize worth over $4,000. With 18 Western Washington locations, Lovers is the place for sexy holiday gifting. Mention Indulge for 20% off your purchase. Visit loversstores.com for official sweepstakes rules.
Jordan B. Peterson, We Who Wrestle with God Tour.
If you say the truth and nothing else, you'll have an immense adventure as a consequence. You won't know what's going to happen to you, but the truth will reveal the world the way it's intended to be revealed, and the consequence for you will be that you'll have the adventure of your life.
Live across North America in 2025. Get tickets now at livenation.com.
Life can be hectic, and managing your mental health is more important today than ever before. That's why Mindful Therapy Group's mission is to take the pain out of finding a therapist. Whether you need talk therapy, psychological testing, even medication management, Mindful has you covered. Our mental health providers are here for you with both in-person and telehealth options to get you seen in as little as 48 hours. Mindful Therapy Group also accepts insurance. Join us to start your journey to a healthier and happier you. Visit mindfultherapygroup.com to get started today.
This episode is brought to you by Progressive Insurance. Whether you love true crime or comedy, celebrity interviews or news, you call the shots on what's in your podcast queue. And guess what? Now you can call them on your auto insurance too with the Name Your Price tool from Progressive. It works just the way it sounds. You tell Progressive how much you want to pay for car insurance, and they'll show you coverage options that fit your budget. Get your quote today at Progressive.com to join the over 28 million drivers who trust Progressive. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Early holiday deals are here, and so are amazing deals at Amazon. You'll save so much on early holiday gifts for the kitchen, like appliances and cookware. You'll have money left over for a sauce pot, so you can make your mom's famous gravy recipe.
Yuck.
Or at least try to. Or that cutting board for the ultimate holiday party buffet.
Is that a charcuterie pyramid?
Oh, what fun it is to save. Shop early holiday deals now.